Wake up, Lincoln.
Come on, it's 6 o'clock. Rise and shine, rise and shine.
It's time for Early Break with Sip and Jake. Brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Live from the heart of Lincoln, America. Here's 93.7 The Ticket's Jake Sorensen.
Did seem kind of meh.
And Steve Sipple.
Surprisingly good.
This is Early Break with Sip and Jake.
Good morning, happy Monday to you, Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break. Full show ahead, lots to get to. Call or text us 402-464-5685. Watch and comment on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, or on Allo, channel 951. Show sponsored by Gaina Trucking. Good morning, gentlemen. Bill, the microphone's there.
Boy, see,
we're on the air.
He's a part-timer.
Bill is a distracted.
I'm not full-time.
Part-timer. Forgot the
Put
microphone.
that mic down and talk into
Yes,
it.
I'm a guest. I hope to be back tomorrow. Let me know.
I always tell
Day by
guests?
day, Bill.
You and Jake
day by
meet
day.
every day. You wait for me to leave, then you get together. I see it.
8:30, we
I
have
see
a
it.
conference call.
Sometimes Sipple fakes like he's getting in his truck and he pull off and he comes back in.
Go ahead, what do you
He
think?
does. He comes back
Is
in.
he back tomorrow or
Yeah.
not?
What kind of
He
imagination
circles,
do you have?
he circles the block.
I've circled the block. I've seen it happen.
He's
I know what's
he's
going
got
on.
you on surveillance.
Yes.
That's really.
I know what's going on.
We do not do that. There's nothing going on behind your back. You're a full-time employee here.
That's
this
not true.
show.
That's 100% not.
On this
not
show.
Full
Well,
time.
yes.
You have to have your microphone ready, though, when the show begins.
There's
that-
rules here.
It does help like
I mean,
that.
you are a defensive coordinator. Your players have to be ready for the play. You are not ready. I mean, you were palms up.
I was here ready to go like that. A lot of excitement. Jake, could you talk about my hoodie, please?
Yes. So Bill walks in today. He's got a nice red sweatshirt on. It says Pendragons 2023 state
Whoa.
champs, Class C2 girls basketball.
Wait a
Yes.
second.
Because we all know Bill went to the state title game
All three games.
in early March.
All three games.
All
before.
three games.
Talk
in
to the
March.
team before the game.
That
He was the
best.
good luck charm for Pender.
I gotta get there early. I gotta talk to the team. That sounds that's a good idea. I like that. I'm gonna go talk to a team. They don't know who I am. They don't know I'm from Pender. I've never
Yeah,
coached
this guy?
basketball.
Who's
Who's this guy?
who's
Yeah.
this old
When you
guy?
sent me that text,
Yeah.
my thought was that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's very sweet.
He's talking to the team. You're
Would've been
joking.
sweet like that. I would like to have driven the dragon wagon down there, the red van that had a dragon painted on it. That would have been awesome.
You should have
to
done
see.
that.
The dragon
You
wagon.
fit right in with that.
So
Right?
when
just
did you
a
get
pre-
that thing?
I got it sent about maybe 3 or 4 days ago, but it was like in the 90s. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
Like I remember that it was like a heat wave like that. So I went for a little bit of a if I could bring it back
Yes.
out again.
Perfect
Yeah,
day.
now it's perfect for it. It's cold out
Yeah.
there, a little chilly this morning.
Little chilly
We're
this
going to get
morning.
into some idle chit chat. One thing you could say is I think it's supposed to be 70 today. Though.
Yes, so we had like 42 degrees on Saturday and wind and rain.
So if you're in line,
Yesterday was about 95-mile-per-hour winds yesterday.
if you're in line at Save Mart, you have plenty to talk about.
You
Boy,
do.
this spring
yeah,
weather.
Sip loves
Yeah.
the weather.
Oh.
This spring weather's
Oh,
crazy,
How about
isn't it?
this? Yeah. I can't wait till it gets super hot this summer because my favorite one that I love the most is like that. Throughout the winter, it's just outlandish outside. Just like, not so much the heat. Then you get the old person. Oh yeah, it's the humidity. They'll go for it every
They
time.
know.
Just lead them
They
in.
know.
Just lead them into it. Just
They're
lead 'em-
waiting for you to
they're
say
waiting-
it.
Just lead them into it. I can deal with the heat. It's the humidity. That's what I love.
How you holding up?
Yeah. How you holding up?
Oh, it's a
Yeah.
little rough out there.
Yeah, that's coming. It's coming soon.
All right,
Summertime.
idle chit chat
Sponsored by
sponsored.
Newton's Lawn Care. Now, Bill, we all know, had a great weekend out at Fauner Park in Grand Island.
There
watching
was
some horse races.
a
out
lot
there.
of things going on. There's a lot of so
Fauner
We got
Fauner
one
Park.
video, by the way, one video and like 1 or 2 pictures sent in the group chat. That was it. That's it. That's all we
Yeah.
got.
It was a good video, though.
That was a good
I
video.
went kind of surround too.
did.
I did.
Yeah,
I
you
did.
did. Yeah.
I pivoted it.
You
yeah,
did.
I did. It was really
Did
cool by
somebody
me.
teach you how to do that? One of the grandkids?
No, I did it on my own.
Did
Did
you?
it on my
Saw
own.
the concession stand, heard another beer for you.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
oh.
Said in the video.
And Katrinka, our friend, Katrinka had made sure that Bill Busch's name appeared on the tote board, which is
We saw a picture of that.
a big deal. That
It
is
was-
not a small deal.
Welcome, Bill
So
Busch,
I'm-
it said.
Yeah.
Well,
welcome, Bill
Sipple
Busch.
had checked in with me. He goes, I go, I haven't seen. I'm not sure.
Yeah, when
You know,
did
where
this
it's like that. And then all of a sudden, there's just like we had 8 tables. We had roughly 50 to 60 people there. All of a sudden, people are like started saying something like, "Oh my God, your name's on the board, on the big board right out in front, an electronic board."
Yeah.
Like that.
It's a big deal.
Welcome, Bill Busch. So Katrinka, that was unreal that she did that.
Yeah, Patrinka.
Yeah, how she made, how she. Don't get me in trouble.
No,
like
you're
that.
not gonna.
Yeah. But that was so
she
nice.
Pulled some strings.
Pulled strings. It was very, very kind. I was treated so well there. Saw a lot of breakers there, which was fun to talk to some breakers. Got some pictures.
There's some breakers there.
Yeah, but here's the thing about a horse track. Walking into a horse track, walking into the club, the main kind of general admission clubhouse type of thing, just the energy. You can just feel, first of all, the carpet's the same. From when the first time I was there, probably like in late 80s.
That's good, isn't it?
Yes, it's
That's
perfect.
good. That's
exactly.
good.
No, it's not ratty. It's not ratty. It's just the same.
Maybe they just replace it with the same.
Yeah, but it is awesome. When you walk in there, you just kind of the sights and the sounds. I can relate this to, in my opinion, there's two places that change everything walking into: a horse track, then into a bowling alley. When you first walk in a bowling alley, you hear the pins from like lane 18 down a ways. You just hear that's just a great sound. You're you're walking in.
How do you duplicate that?
You can't duplicate that. And you're standing there kind of by the snack bar, like they're gonna come out and get a cheeseburger, maybe some fries, like that, and you just hear like that. You're gonna get your shoes and all your
that's
stuff.
Always freaky to me.
Yeah.
Getting shoes is freaky.
Well, yeah, I mean, you got
just borrowing shoes,
bowling shoes,
bowling shoes, somebody
clown
else's.
shoes.
But that's what it felt like walking in there, and
Okay.
there was a lot of energy. Now here was something that was interesting because I did a lot of research on this. There was some rain out there, but even the guy at the track, I talked to a couple of people down below. They're like, it's not sloppy. It's a normal track. It's fast track.
That happens, Jake.
Yeah, fast track. So it really wasn't much. The moisture wasn't enough to affect because there was a lot of comments being made. I think via Twitter machine about have you been down to measure the hooves? Have you been down to measure the hooves yet? That came up.
It's a big important topic. We had
and he's right about it. Sipple is not wrong.
No, that's 100%.
100%. So that wasn't a factor in
I think
in the day.
It really has to rain a lot to get sloppy.
It really does.
Yeah.
The way it's true. But only the last couple races did I go outside for the race like that. Usually you go outside for almost every race, but it was miserable.
Cold.
It was
cold
miserable.
and windy.
Yeah, it was miserable. Yeah, it was miserable cold. So I just stayed inside.
What'd you think when you're outside? Did you go by the paddock?
Did not go down by the paddock, but I did stop and look. They also have a camera at the paddock.
Yeah.
So there's an area I could go over to. So I would stand there and watch the horses in the paddock.
Nice.
And build.
Yeah, they do have a camera monitoring the paddock.
Yeah.
One thing I should have told you to do is look at when they're saddling the horses in the paddock. That can be pretty interesting to watch because some of the horses don't like it. And they'll rear up and they'll bolt out of their little stall.
I couldn't imagine being down there and hearing and just waiting for one thing. Loose horse.
A texture asked, Wet Blanket said, did Coach Busch hear a loose horse at Founder Park?
It happens.
It happens.
It can happen in the paddock.
Yeah.
I mean, if a horse,
no loose horse though.
My favorite thing was, I don't know what it would have been, an 8 furlong. I'm not sure what it was. So the last race was the longest race.
Okay, cool.
Okay. And so where they took off from you, they start down here, like it's like a sprinter in a track, right? They start here, go here. Yeah. So the last one was long. So which meant they started here, came around and came by us, and then all the way back around again, right? So as they're coming by, one of our patrons was with us. They come through. He's just like, yes. He thought he hit the trifecta. We're like, they got another lap yet.
No. Common mistake.
We were
common
dying.
Rookie mistake.
We were dying. You be cool, man. Be cool. But he said it so loud that everyone's already wise to it.
It's too late.
It's too late like that. So that was
rookie mistake.
Yeah, but I'm telling you.
you doing that.
Sure,
I can see
absolutely.
Oh, there's no doubt like that. I would like to be. I've had people out there before. I know that the Kentucky Derby weekend is huge out there also. Yes.
One more lap, idiots.
That'll pay. Trifecta box.
Did you wheel anything? Did you wheel anything?
There was some things going on. Yeah, stuff going on.
Was there anybody in your group that was of that mind, like the person that would put $50 per race and say, I have 6 tickets? You know, they come back with 6 tickets.
Yeah.
Those guys freak me out, by the way.
Yeah, sometimes
there are guys like that.
Oh, yeah, they have a lot of things going on in one race. Yeah, a lot of things going.
Like you just bet the whole thing. I'm like, what? Kind of takes the fun out of it.
It takes the fun out of it.
I just like betting a horse to win.
What was it, a lucrative weekend for you, Bill, out there?
I just kind of hand my money to
Personal
others.
question.
I'm just curious.
I just kinda-
Personal
You
question.
can deny all you
I
want?
just hand my money to others and let them
Okay,
kind of
let
take
them-
care of it from there. They operate with it right there, so I kind of stay uninvolved in the gaming part of it. But
Understood.
but just the energy out there at Grand Island was phenomenal.
Good.
It was,
I got to go
Yeah.
there sometime.
I'm telling you, that
Surprised
is
you
just,
haven't.
it is a must. And then we stayed at Borders Hotel, right there, the old Ramada Inn. Outstanding.
The old Ramada Inn
The
on
old
the
Ramada
right
Inn
on the
corner, right on the corner.
right on the corner of
One of
is
the
that-
best
is that-
breakfasts I've ever seen in my life. It was unreal.
Is that US 30?
I think that's right. I think that's correct. Intersection right there of that.
Yeah. As
Yeah,
you're
and
coming
then,
in.
then you're right down to Fawner Park right from there.
Yeah,
You're right down
it's
from
fine.
there. But the hotel was outstanding. Yes, it was vintage.
God, that's
Yeah.
still
was,
there.
was it a
Yeah.
packed place at the horse track?
Oh yeah, it was packed. Yeah, it was packed. All the seats down below. So the clubhouse has stadium style tables that go down maybe 10 rows.
Okay.
And they're all basically those are all for the season. You get those, like someone gets them, hey, I want a table for the season or whatever. You have access to those, whoever goes in there. Then up above is just a bunch of huge round tables, and those are
Okay.
all packed. That's where
That's
we
where
were
you were
at.
at, yeah.
We had 8 tables up there.
Enclosed
people.
in glass.
Enclosed in glass.
That's where we
Like
saw
that.
the video at, was
Yes.
from the round
The
tables.
right next to us is just because it's a little nicer. It's still the same seating and the same view. It's just, you can tell it's a
For the
little
big timers.
Little nice. You gotta walk through a little separate little
Yeah.
glass door to get to that.
For the
They're
big
better than
shots.
us. Yeah, they
The
were.
big
Yeah,
shot.
that's
You're a
what the
big shot. You were on the board.
and
It said, "Welcome, Bill."
it did. I
Busch.
took a picture. We have a
I know.
picture of it.
Nate,
Yeah.
the listener Nate says he's at Borders right now.
Is he?
He's
that-
and he's
is he having-
enjoying.
is he having
he's
breakfast?
Enjoying the breakfast.
oh
as
my
we
God!
speak.
Is he having
at
the biscuits?
Borders.
Is he having the biscuits and gravy?
Nate, what's the cuisine this morning?
The biscuits and
What
gravy.
a breaker he is.
Nate
it's
is
a-
there.
And then they also
At
have.
Borders.
They have this big kind of plexiglass in donut, and all the donuts are. It's unbelievable. It's the mini chocolate and the mini powdered. Just lines of them. I mean, think of the last time that someone threw you
Donuts.
a 6-pack of mini donuts and you weren't happy. Tell me when that happened.
Hasn't happened
Never.
ever.
That's never happened. I mean, it's never happened. I mean, so when I walk by right away, immediately I just go by and open it
Did you
up.
grab-
I popped 2 chocolates.
pop
Right
it?
there. Yeah, Laura didn't see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just act like
You
I
can't
didn't.
do the powder.
Didn't
do the
see
powder.
it.
She would've saw
Didn't
that.
need anything.
If she didn't see it, I didn't eat it.
Didn't count. The breakfast was absolutely phenomenal.
Wow.
Borders. Okay, what a breaker. What our
Yeah.
breakers
Nate-
are incredible.
Nate is out
Yeah.
there right
Hey
now.
Nate, thank you.
He hasn't responded to what he's having, but he's eating breakfast at this moment at Borders in GI.
I'm telling you, stay at Borders. I know this. Our next little getaway, next vacation, I'm just going to Borders.
Really?
That's where I'm going to go. I'm going to
Just
go
go
for
to Borders.
Dominican
Go to Borders,
Republic,
right?
Borders,
Yeah,
GI.
yeah.
Let's get
I'm-
competition here, Bill.
I'm going to Borders.
Do you remember, Bill? You're old enough to remember this. Jake is not. Do you remember Dresbach Steakhouse?
Mm-hmm.
It's not there anymore.
Absolutely not there.
I made a recommendation to somebody a few weeks ago. Go to Dresbach's, and I was told it hasn't been there for 20 years.
He says egg with sriracha, sausage, and breakfast potatoes.
Yes, the breakfast potatoes are also very. It was
Borders.
Borders. I'm telling you right now,
Used
it's
to be Ramada.
it's a $40 breakfast, and you're getting it for just it's part of the
Part of the
room.
deal.
Part of the and they were now it's like some place you go, oh man, this place isn't very well kept like that. Oh, the workers there, unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Borders.
Yeah, at Borders.
That's awesome to
Yeah,
hear.
so if
I'm
you guys
serious.
to try that. So this is what?
That's Idle Chit Chat, sponsored by
Wow.
Newton's Lawn Care. Call them today at 402-440-6297 for all your lawn care needs this spring and summer. Bill.
I got a text from Mr. Newton yesterday.
Andrew.
He'll be at my house today.
All right.
you gonna be
He's letting me know on a Sunday. How about that?
Are you gonna be there?
I'm not going
busy
to bump there, but I gave him the thumbs up. I go ahead and go away. But how about that on a Sunday?
away.
On a Sunday,
Andrew's working hard.
he's letting me know when he's going to be there. That he has a plan for your yard.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Seriously.
That's what Newton's Lawn Care
That's
does.
what they do.
Newton's
That's what
Lawn
they
Care.
do.
And
Get on board.
One more time, the phone number.
Yeah,
people can reach.
402-440-6297 or newtonslawncare.com.
Okay, let's get into some hoops.
Can I throw
Whoa.
Can I throw one more thing? I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
you guys will like this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Started at Friday. I'm into the 10-week Farrell's Challenge.
Okay.
Yeah, started
How you
Friday. Yeah.
feeling?
Did some kickboxing. I'm going to say it didn't look real great.
Jeff, if you're out
Okay.
there, Jeff Essick, please
Okay.
send us
Yeah.
video of Bill doing the
No,
kickboxing.
we'll not.
No.
If you do that, Jeff, no.
Well,
don't do that.
personal. I won't. Don't make
See,
it.
he tried to take a shot at me.
Yeah, don't
I'd
do
like
that.
to see
Yeah.
it. I want to see the form, Bill. I want
You
to
don't.
check
You're
out
gonna
the-
make him self-conscious.
No,
Now I might quit. I might not do it anymore.
We'll see
Think
how you
about
are
it.
from the start to the finish.
Jeff's
of it.
outstanding, though. Jeff's outstanding, doing a great job.
Good
right
job.
There, so I'm doing.
Good job.
Way
Yeah.
to go, Bill.
Yeah, so
Yeah. Now, all right.
let's go back to hoops.
AKA football. Yes, Nebraska football had their final scrimmage before this Saturday's spring game this past Saturday. Sip, and you were there for post practice or post.
We'll talk more about Ferrells. I'm interested in that, but post practice.
Matt Rule said he believes the team is further ahead than what he thought they'd be at this point. Was one of the things people took away from this weekend.
Yeah, that's good to hear.
Balls on the ground too often in the scrimmage.
Yeah. I mean, it's always, as Bill knows, it can be good news, bad news scenarios at those things. Because bad news is
no matter what, you're going against each other,
right?
So if one side is overly dominant, that's usually something like, okay, I don't like that as much. Where in a regular game, you can talk about both sides right there, but in general, if you have a really good team, you're going to have your moments. And it sounds as if there's been in some of the scrimmages, there's been clearly offense was dominant, and maybe this one was more defense dominant. That's accurate. So that's generally a good thing for your program,
right? So the nuts and bolts of it is he was disappointed they put the ball on the ground too much offensively and special teams wise. So they had a couple special teams mishaps in the form of balls on the ground. Interceptions are part of the game, he said, but fumbles are controllable. So the QBs again were live. That's what they've done. That's what they did both scrimmages. So they've had two major scrimmages. One was on April 1st, and then this one. There were a lot of people there, including the governor who spoke to the team, Governor Pillen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think where. The one thing that was I didn't write.
So were you there at the beginning of practice?
No, not the beginning of practice.
So there was no access at all.
No, except to Rule.
Okay.
The interesting thing he said, and I didn't write it, and it almost seems like sometimes it slips out. He said, paraphrasing, we should be good at special teams because we have a lot of talent on this team. We have a lot of guys who I think can play in the NFL. I mean, he continually praises the talent. That's interesting to me because a lot of people will present it as they didn't have much talent. But he said we should be good on special teams because we have so many good athletes. So that's a good sign. As far as the quarterback pecking order, again, some of this stuff I didn't write. I can just tell you. It's just what I thought. It's just what I told you guys last week. It was Sims 1, Harburg 2, and Chuba 3. Chuba Purdy, which I guess is what people expected. Casey's on the sideline with Rule, and they were. Casey's actively involved. We'll see where all that goes. Oh, by the way, only one player went in the portal over the weekend. That was Alante
Brown, who was that's got to sadden you as the one time the best player in Chicago. He was captivated by that fact.
I'll forever be captivated by that.
That one person could say they were the best player in Chicago, and that was Alante Brown.
What if you can say you're the best player in LA? Yeah. I mean, that's freaky.
Yeah, a lot.
I mean, if I was that guy, I would be unbearable.
When I saw the news, the first thing I saw was Sip. I go, oh, no. Sip's favorite fact about any player in the team is now not with the team anymore.
Alante Brown, 16 catches last year, 191 yards into the portal. So far, that's the only one. The portal.
And his situation was a little different, correct? Because he was not currently active on the team. Right?
He was not. His
situation is a little bit different.
Suspended.
He is a really, really good person. And I really enjoyed coaching him. And on special teams, like I said, like that, he was a player that was one that jumped in was one of the group from the wide receivers that was all about covering kickoffs and covering kicks, punts, doing those things. Mm-hmm. And he was very coachable. So he was a very good young man. I hope things work out really well for him, whatever the reasons for it. Everyone has different reasons for it, like I said, of why they're transferring and what's going on. So I wouldn't judge him or Nebraska or anybody in this spot. Just hope it works out well for him.
Yes. Jeff Sims, as he did in the April 1 scrimmage, reeled off a long run on a zone read play. Sims, it looks like, a
long throw to Marcus Washington as well.
Was it him that threw?
I believe that was him.
I think okay. Marcus Washington caught a long touchdown. Sims, maybe Sims did throw that. Sims looks like number one right now. Just I talk to people that watch practice. Sims seems like the real deal. You never know. You just don't know this stuff. I don't want to get too far over my skis on all that with predictions. They are holding Billy Kemp out because he's proved himself already. Now, that doesn't mean he won't be in a spring game. I imagine he will, but he didn't practice on Saturday, not because he's hurt, just because he's, load management type thing probably. Billy Kemp is a transfer from Virginia. He and Marcus Washington are their top two receivers. Gabe Irvin had a good scrimmage. Now the deal with AJ Allen is, I think he's concussed. That's why he hasn't been practicing, but then he shows up on Insta junking a basketball. So people are like, what's going on? Well, that's probably, he's just concussed. He's in protocol. I don't know if you'll see him. Rule did say if we had a game this week, you might see AJ Allen and you might see Ben Scott, who hasn't been practicing, who's missed some practice time to the transfer from Arizona State. But all in all, it's a pretty, I'd say, favorable picture, as it usually is in the spring. Hell, not, it always sounds good in the spring, right?
Yes, he's playing for ones against ones. He's big for the spring game, although it depends on the offensive linemen that are
ones versus ones. Yeah, he's big on that. They go ones versus ones. There are moments in the scrimmage where he was angry, stopped it at one point because there was a late hit. Everybody had to run, including the coaches. It wasn't perfect. It never, but Bill would tell you, it never is, right?
No, the ones against ones is, in general, I've seen it go different ways, and the only way that I ever enjoyed practicing was ones versus ones. So there's two things with it. One, if you're trying to play very clean and also stay healthy in a contact sport, the ones versus ones is the best because that is your best talent set. So they also have the ability to play smart. They have the ability to body control generally. That's just kind of how things work. And so that always helps a little bit. Plus, it's just in spring, ones versus twos, there's usually a pretty good difference. There might not be a few players, but overall, it's a pretty good difference. So it's like, how do you judge yourself? It doesn't judge yourself, but it's kind of like, that's why they have real pitching and that's why they have batting practice. Just you have to go against good, to block good people up front, especially up front, O-line, D-line. You want to be going against good people. And the same way in the back end, though. If I being a DB coach my whole life, it would never be like, I want to cover your best receivers with our best players to see where we're at. You did. To understand it. If not, it's like, well, you walk off. There's never a time you come out and you're feeling really great about, we just went 3 now. Yeah, who are they? Yeah, it was against the 2s or the 3s. Yeah, that doesn't do anything for us. And then it also gives you a good chance of evaluating your 2s better when it's 2s on 2s. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying you get a better evaluation all the way across the board when you have those situations.
You'd like to go ones on one. Well, I think he will go ones on ones in some form in the spring game. He doesn't. The format has not been decided because he did mention the offensive line. If we only have 8 offensive linemen, it's going to be hard to have 2 teams. So we don't know what the format's going to be for the spring game, which is Saturday at 1 p.m. I believe.
That's right.
Yeah. So
48 degrees right now, the temperature.
Oh, hello.
It said like 75 last week. Now it's like down to 48 degrees.
Brisk.
Is the high. Yeah.
Brisk, but not unbearable.
No.
That's pretty.
If it's not windy, yeah.
I kind of like that. It's kind of more football weather.
What are the odds it's not windy? Run those past me. Run those past
1%.
me.
1%. It's been 50-mile-per-hour winds for about 2 straight weeks. There's no chance. It's a calm day Saturday.
Now,
none.
There's something that obviously that last spring we had a lot of high winds, and so I was coaching there last spring.
Yes.
I'm not coaching now, which you guys bring up
a
lot.
You do not. You bring it up just as much.
So it's okay. So without
out of service,
no job, temporary delays. But to go outside, which I thought was very normal, and there was some discussion of it. But you have to practice in these scenarios. I know. So when we would go out, if I had the specialist before I was the defensive coordinator. Anytime there's weather, we spent the whole day outside. I want to be able to punt with the wind, into the wind. So the wind yesterday was probably 40 miles an hour out of the north. So we would practice kickoffs into the wind.
Into the wind.
Like, how are we going to hit these? We're going to have to hit a low line drive. We have to have a plan. How we're going to handle, what we're going to do on punt. What's going to be the plan into this wind? And then also inside the stadium, it's like, hey, this is out of the north. The winds are so different. We have a big west wind. What's to do with the ball? North wind, south wind, all those things.
Think about how involved that is, Jake.
But you want to be out in the weather anytime that there is like that. And there's sometimes on certain staffs I've been on, very few, but a few like that is like they just wanted to make sure that's like the offense is always either inside or with the wind. They always want to be able to perform at there. It's like, well, but then that's not what happens on Saturdays here.
No,
like that. It is just check it out like that. Every Saturday, it's wind. You're going to deal with it every single Saturday.
And it has been. You're right.
Night games, not as much, obviously.
Right.
That's a way different deal. But the 11 o'clock games, oh yeah.
Buschini. Yeah. Thank God for Buschini. I mean, Brian Buschini, Boomschini. Do they call him that on the team by chance?
What's up, Boom?
What's up,
Boom?
You call him Boomschini?
Because he had some, yeah. Brian's a great punter. He's a great person.
Yeah. Top 25 nationally.
Yeah.
And that's a huge piece for that team. I didn't hear anything about him the other day, but it must have went okay. But again, special teams turned it over a few times. And it sounds like the running backs, they did put it on the ground, and they didn't have as big a day as they did on April 1. The defense viced up. Is that a term? Really, I
viced up. I've never used it at halftime. We got to vice them up.
Oh, here's what he said.
We use the term vice tackle a lot. We vice tackle a lot.
Never viced up.
I've never viced up anybody.
It's a new term for me.
It's kind of like
Stop, Jake.
What was the one about shooting balls? Not hitting balls.
No one goes to shoot golf balls.
Yeah,
they hit golf balls.
Yes, they hit golf balls.
There's terms that you just can't mess up.
Vice is generally in tackling or in leverage drills.
Okay, that's probably what we're talking.
That's probably what it was.
I got a quote here. Oh yeah, here's a quote. Our running backs. This is from Matt Rule, the new head coach. Our running backs had previously made explosive plays, but we're doing a much better job of tackling and vicing the ball and keeping the ball in.
So there'd be a vice tackling.
Yeah,
there'd be leverage on the ball.
Leverage.
Matt Rule was most popular this weekend because he was seen at the WWE SmackDown on Friday night. He was front row with the guys right next to the guys from Super Troopers because they're in town. Like they're doing some sort of videos called Broken Lizard. They're with this group. They're doing some sort of project. Broken Lizard.
Really?
You're speaking another language to me right now.
Yeah,
I don't know who Super Troopers are.
Super Troopers, the movie, the comedy?
Never saw it. No, never
saw
it.
Oh, my. You guys give me crap for not seeing some movies. You guys have never seen
Don't
Super
be defensive.
Troopers?
I would never give you crap for that.
It's a hilarious comedy from, I think, either the late 90s or early 2000s.
Super Troopers.
Yes.
I have heard of it. I just haven't seen it.
Okay.
I'm going to support it.
Text line is it?
I wouldn't, but all of a sudden, if I'm at the mall, and the Super Troopers guys walk by, I wouldn't recognize it. I wouldn't know them.
I wouldn't know. They could walk in the studio.
Bill, you love Dumb and Dumber. You would love Super Troopers.
I think
this movie is
there's no
right
hate
up your
here.
alley.
Yeah, I would like. Yeah,
what years was this?
It's either late 90s or early
Super
2000s.
Troopers with Dumb and Dumber. I mean, that's like the Cadillac.
It's not quite as dumb as Dumb and Dumber, and hilarious, but it is very, very, very funny.
All right. Yeah. Anyway, Rule said he wasn't. I mean, Rule did said, I went. Wasn't like a wrestling fan. Not an anti, but not. He doesn't. It's not like he follows it. He probably doesn't have a lot of time. But yeah, I don't know. I didn't hear anything about the crowd. It must.
What was the attendance?
I bet.
I don't know. It looked pretty good on TV in terms of like.
Was it on TV?
Well, it was. I didn't watch. I saw like some highlights of that.
Okay.
And it looked like a pretty good crowd. Like there's
sure.
other Huskers with Matt Rule on the. So the linemen were down there as well.
Right.
For WWE SmackDown. But yeah, the guys from the movie, popular comedy, Super Troopers, doing another film. They're working on some sort of documentary.
Okay.
And Matt Rule was right next to them at
a documentary
WWE
of Super
SmackDown.
Troopers. That's really
doc.
good. Doing a doc. Yeah, 4-part series on Netflix.
Well, here we go. Tim, this is from Tim Bill for you. He's like, I love Bill, but him not seeing Super Troopers is the first thing he said that has me wonder what he's doing with his life right now.
He's coaching 14 hours a day.
He's been busy.
I like that, but I'll make a commitment to you, Tim, that I'll watch it.
See, I'm not going to make
I need a full report.
Yeah, I'm going to watch it.
If you do that, I'm not making
I will watch it. Yeah, I'm not going to go down the path like I think it's dumb and
I don't think that
because I don't know it. I haven't seen it. No, I'm going to support that.
Yeah,
like that. And also remember at the same time, Tim, you get your butt to Borders and have a breakfast. Let me know how you think of that. Yeah.
One review for one review.
Yes, exactly. We'll
review.
trade that out.
What was Nate having? Sriracha?
Yes, sriracha. Nate was having.
Well, here's the other thing too. On the one side by the eggs, they got one of those containers with warm tortillas.
There you go.
So you make yourself a little breakfast burrito.
For me.
It's, I'm telling you, just vacation borders in Grand Island.
Nate was having again eggs with siracha, sausage, and breakfast potatoes. That's what he was having at this wonderful breakfast at Borders.
Oh, it's unbelievable, and it's got like this overhead. It's like you're in a casino.
Oh,
so it's like a sky, so you feel like you're outside, but you're not. It's just a light, but it's huge. So you feel like you're like in the Paris Hotel in Vegas. Yeah.
Last thing, we're getting a lot of text.
I feel that way in Grand Island.
Yeah, getting a lot of text about a comment from the show, a topic from the show about a week or two ago. Morel mushrooms.
Oh yeah, well,
a lot of people were out hunting this weekend.
How do we do? Well, I sent you guys a picture. What's the cost right now? I sent you guys last night. How much a pound? $69 a pound right now
for
morel mushrooms. $69 a pound.
$70 a pound.
Yeah. How did they do? Because it's really early. This is early because we haven't had much local rain, and it's right when the lilac bushes break out. Do they have any luck?
Well, this is from Buster in David City.
Buster.
He says they really started popping up over the weekend.
Did they?
Gathered a few.
Okay, nice. I'm Buster. I wonder if he's going from David City. Do you think he's going down by the Platte of the Loop? I wonder.
I don't know.
Because you can get them in the hills too, but they're always low first, especially in sand base, because the sand heats up earlier. So like that. So the sand base.
I could have very well saw them at Lake Manawa. You were totally dismissive of that.
Yeah.
The person I was with said, "Yeah, I think those are, but they're kind of shriveled up."
Huh?
Like because the rain, because the lack of rain.
We need the expert here, Bill, to tell if it was morel mushrooms.
I should have taken a picture. I don't know why.
You should have taken a picture.
I'm not stuck that much.
Could have assessed
if
it.
The breakers could send in some pictures. That'd be great to see. Wonder if he's getting the grays or the yellows. You'll get two different colors.
Breakers. If you had success this weekend in hunting down morel mushrooms, send us your pictures.
402-69.99 a pound.
So you can go buy them at Super Saver?
No, probably not. Those are like specialty. This would be probably more of a Fairway Meats type of thing. Type of more of a high end.
Yeah.
We need to see the pictures.
Fungi.
I want to see
they're fungi. Yeah.
Let's see some pictures of your morel mushrooms, the hauls you got this weekend.
A lot going on.
Yeah.
And we'll show them on the air.
I'll see what I could do. When we come back, hey, we knew Northwestern baseball was bad, but my God, Nebraska baseball took them to the woodshed. We'll tell you about that next in an early break on the ticket.
If you struggle with joint pain, there's good news. You don't need surgery to get back to full health. South Point Medical and Aesthetics offers breakthrough non-surgical options for treatment of moderate to severe joint pain. Our patients experience little to no downtime from our procedures, and the results are remarkable. They've had 14 years of success treatments with patients from 35 states because of an effective word-of-mouth traffic. Learn more about how you can get lasting results for joint pain today at southpointmedical.com or call 402-323-8400.
For great views, go to Kansas. Unforgettable views of action-packed racing, go to Kansas Speedway. NASCAR weekend at Kansas Speedway, May 6th and 7th. Get your tickets today at kansasspeedway.com.
Agriculture is the economic engine of the Midwest. At Acres Equipment, we dedicate ourselves to making that engine run smoothly. We supply our farmers and ranchers with quality John Deere equipment, parts, and service. We also deliver the most advanced technology and precision ag strategies to help them farm today and for the future. Acres Equipment, solutions for every field.
There's a new way to vacay when you fly LNK. Check out brand new service at the Lincoln Airport to some of America's favorite travel destinations. Catch convenient nonstop flights to Vegas, Atlanta, Minneapolis, Orlando, Austin, Dallas, or Nashville when you fly via Redway. With so many affordable options to choose from, planning your vacation has never been easier. Visit GoFlyRed.com and book today. Flights are public charters offered by Global X Air Tours LLC and operated by Global Crossing Airlines Incorporated.
Hey, it's Nicklin Hames from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
Motor Food is Lincoln's hardest rocking food truck and cafe. Motor Food creates old school comfort food with a 21st century twist and lots of rock and roll attitude. Try the barbecue pulled pork mac and cheese, the grilled chicken Firebird sandwich, a 100% all beef split grilled hot dog, and any version of the funky fries. Stop by the cafe just behind Outback Steakhouse on 48th Street or catch the food truck out and about all spring and summer. Check out their menu, order carry out, or schedule catering at motorfoodtruck.com.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here. Summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
Elway Power Sports Lincoln is celebrating their grand opening on Friday, Saturday, April 28th and 29th. Stop by for free food, door prizes with chances to win an autographed John Elway jersey and more. Check out their brand new Indian Motorcycle Boutique with the demo truck on site for demo rides all day Saturday. Over 600 machines in stock from major brands like Can-Am, Kawasaki, Yamaha, Polaris, Sea-Doo, and more. New owners and new attitude. Check out Elway Power Sports of Lincoln on North 27th Street for their grand opening on April 28th and 29th.
The Nebraska Lottery has given over $900 million back to our state since 1993. It's gone to improve our environment, education, and state fair.
Over $900 million? That's something.
I'll say.
Hey, I have a great idea for a commercial. Have someone count to 900 million out loud.
That would take 28 years. Not a...
I don't know, with a little background music and some sound effects.
There's another studio down the hall. Why don't you get started?
The Nebraska Lottery, 30 years of building a better Nebraska.
The Nebraska Lottery has given over $900 million back to our state since 1993. The proceeds have helped protect and improve Nebraska's environment, funded need-based scholarships for Nebraska students, and maintained and improved facilities at the state fair.
That's terrific. You should put that on your website.
It already is. Just click on beneficiaries in the menu.
Menu? You guys serve food too?
Maybe you should get off your feet for a while.
The Nebraska Lottery, 30 years of building a better Nebraska.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Not nearly as windy here for our Monday. In fact, a beautiful day on the way. We'll top out at 68. South winds at around 15 by this afternoon. Plenty of sunshine. Tonight clear with a low down to around 41. Tomorrow windy. Southeast winds gusting over 25. A high of 77 and a chance of evening thunderstorms. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Anybody who knows me knows I was cocky out of the womb.
Is Early Break with Sip and Jake, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Weekday mornings from 6 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
I did not make my way down to Haymarket Park this weekend.
What did you do all weekend?
It was boring weekend. If I can't golf, it's a pointless Saturday for me. It's 42 degrees and 90-mile-per-hour winds. I'm not golfing in that. There's nothing you can make me do to drag me out there. No way.
What if there are people out there?
And I'm not a fair weather. I will golf in bad weather, but
I've seen it. I've heard it.
Yeah, I'm not golfing in that. So I didn't go to the game on Saturday or Sunday. Nebraska baseball does, without a surprise, a sweep Northwestern, who we have talked about a lot on this show over the last few weeks, months, because they've
and they had coaches. I had photos.
You got photos that
people
they were
sent from Breakers.
There was
they have a third base coach.
Third base coach.
They had
did
someone
exist.
out there. They had someone out there.
You'd be a good third base coach.
I think I would.
You would.
I really
I'm not.
would.
I'm not joking. You'd probably be a good baseball coach.
I don't know.
Yeah, you played in Legion ball.
I played some Legion ball.
Yeah, played outfield.
Yeah, I threw it around the horn.
Did you? Around the horn's cool.
Around the horn's cool. Around the horn is
Yeah.
so cool. Except for the bad team, somebody just sailing over the second baseman's head. Them umps
That's what's fun to
the umps
watch.
what are you doing? We gotta go get the ball. What are we doing?
Come on.
It happens.
Or they do. Remember, you go out and you warm the guy, the catcher warms him up like that. Then coming down to second, he just rifles it into center field. You're like,
It's gonna be a long day.
It's gonna be a long day.
A long day is the ump.
Gonna be a long day.
Baseball.
Well,
Give the rundown.
Nebraska actually was trailing in the first game 3-0, going into the bottom of the fourth inning. Now Nebraska pulled away and won 8-3 in that ball game, so they avoided a disastrous loss. Game 2, they scored 9 runs in the second inning, and they win 9-2.
Batted
And
around
yesterday at Haymarket Park in the windy conditions. 7 home runs. Nebraska hit 7 home runs. They were up 18-1. They win 18-5 against Northwestern. 18
record. Nebraska.
They are now 21-11-1. RPI still not very high. They're in the 90s because of those losses to UNO that hurt for the Huskers. But there's right now first place in the Big Ten. Indiana is at 9-3 in conference. Nebraska 7-2. They play 3 less games, but Nebraska is right now ahead of them percentage-wise in the standings as of right now.
But go to big series at Iowa this weekend.
That's right. Iowa's pretty good.
After playing Creighton earlier in the week.
Can we win a midweek game? Can Nebraska win a midweek game? Winning series is awesome, but you can't lose these midweek games. Creighton, UNO.
April 27th will be the day that you kind of really see who's who. When it hits April 27th, that's when you kind of look at the rankings and it starts to be real.
April 27th.
April 27th, yes.
Okay.
Certain times it's like when they post up right away, like it's week 2 of college football. It's like they're number 1 in rush defense. They're number 1 in rushing. Now they've played nobody. Nothing's real. Stats aren't real at that time. When you get to about April 27th to April 29th, that's when your stats start to get
real.
More real.
What's real? Here's what's real.
You've had more. You've had enough conference games at that time to kind of have a little bit of a feel for what's going on.
Makes sense. Here's what's real. Lance Harvell was on these airwaves yesterday. Lance Harvell, Jakey's their third base coach.
That's correct.
Yes.
And he was on with
Mike Melby, and Tom Stevens.
An extended interview, and it was fascinating. He was talking a lot about Max Anderson, who's the second baseman, hitting .417. That's real.
.417.
Yeah. Bryce Matthews, at this point, that's real. Bryce Matthews hitting .409. Those guys are their second baseman and shortstop.
Ted Williams numbers.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous.
Harvell was saying
both over 400.
He was talking to a scout, a major league scout, and Bryce Matthews is in that kind of ranked as like the 60th or so best prospect. And that scout told him, if there's 60 guys better than that, I don't know who they are. Bryce Matthews has opened eyes. He had 2
homers yesterday.
13 on the season, 53 RBIs. Yeah, he and Max Anderson both have 13 home runs. As a team, they have 61, which is a big number. That the opponents have only hit 27.
Well, the number is that's the most Nebraska's had in a season in the Big Ten era. We got 20 games to go still.
Yeah, they have
the most they've had in a season with 20 games to go. The record for Nebraska is 93 in a year in 1985.
93. Oh, was that 85 or 205?
85.
Was it? Okay. 85.
That's the old Buck Belzer.
Yeah, that was John Sanders.
That's the stuff from Evan
with the
Bland
turf
infield
and the grass outfield.
Yeah.
That was great
and
to
John,
watch a game
John,
there.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
And John was the coach.
Yeah. He's right on the corner right there. At that right now would be basically where I guess kind of where the indoor is in essence.
Yeah, remember they would hit home runs and cars would be going by and you might hit them.
No, it was on ESPN.
They nailed one.
It took a window out.
The
guy was driving by
on Avery Avenue.
Yeah,
it was Avery Avenue.
The program record is 93 home runs in 1985, but this is the first time since 2005 that Nebraska has 3 players with 10 plus home runs on the season.
Okay,
so a couple different.
So this is the same. So this year for Nebraska right now, everyone get on board. This is just like McGuire Sosa.
Anderson,
they're mashing, baby.
Right.
Yeah, they're mashing.
That's what it is right now.
Basically,
that's where we're
Harvell said that.
We're looking for the long ball.
He hearkened to 1998.
Yes.
When it was McGuire Sosa. And
is hearken the correct word?
Yes.
That's a great job.
Yeah, you got that one right,
yes,
Bill.
That was outstanding.
It's not dupe or dub or
Harken. Oh, taking shots back at me.
No, I'm just
okay.
I'm just saying you're right.
A lot of shots today.
I know, a
you
lot of
made
shots
fun of
today.
my shirt earlier.
He did.
Not on air.
Attacked your shirt.
Not on air. It was off air. But yeah, I couldn't imagine you someone.
What's
you have a polo? Green. Yes, man. Where would that be? Where would I find the green polo rack?
It's a very comfortable shirt.
I just don't know where you'd find that. Right now, you can't find that.
You need like some sort of funky pattern or something?
Throw a DeKalb logo on that, and you got yourself a shirt.
If I had my DeKalb hat, it would look good with the shirt.
It would look good.
It would look very good.
See,
I just can't imagine it. No, I just want Hunter Green. Where's the? There's got to be a rack of just Hunter Green polo shirts somewhere around. And get to
it. Material. It's a very nice material.
It is.
Feels good.
It looks fine.
I've never bought anything green in my life, so that throws me off a little bit.
Yeah, I mean,
never
coached at a green place.
Never been green.
Never?
Nope.
I have an update we have to get to from Northwestern.
Okay.
This is Bill. You guys will appreciate this regarding you talked about the around the horn how airmailing it's bad.
Don't tell me they did that.
Here's Ohio Huskers says this. Says that's funny you say that, Bill. Because Northwestern got a strikeout and overthrew the third baseman when they're trying to go around the horn.
See,
the catcher just chucks over his head after a strikeout.
Oh God,
they're fired up, coming down to third hot, and just throws it in.
And again, if you had the chance to watch, I mean, again, it was very, very windy yesterday. But any sort of pop up, they misplayed every one of them. I mean, they're outfield, infield. Every pop-up, Northwestern just miserably handled it.
There's one home run where the center fielder lost his glove and his hat.
It looked like, it's just like the Sandlot out there.
Well, it'd be hard. It would be.
That's what was great about like Little League, maybe Little League baseball, something. Even they hit one in the gap. You just see the center fielder just rifle his glove at it, just throw it to try to stop him from rolling.
That's legal.
It would happen all the time. Happened all the time. When I hit a gap, or just try to throw your glove.
Maybe that is legal, actually.
Newt also says he saw Northwestern sail it several times in the outfield when trying to go simply around.
That's a struggling program. What's their record?
They're a 5-26,
but they've won two in the league.
They have one.
They've won two in the
They
league.
beat Illinois somehow.
You have to give them the
They've
Huskers.
won three.
The Huskers have to get credit because the wind was the same for the other team, and when they made contact and they got some balls to carry for them, but they gave it a chance. The ball got hit. They got it up, and they got it out for a home run. Still counts.
Absolutely.
Still counts.
So now we got to see. I mean, I guess I'm going to start following a little closer now.
The 21-11-1
big series this weekend.
Remember,
I think Iowa's only 4-5 in the league,
but they have a good record.
They have a good. I think they're 25-9.
I think you are correct.
Yeah, 25-9.
After the San Diego series, there was two of the three in here that support. Like, it's early. Don't panic. No, Jake was ready to, especially after the tie. When they had to tie to get to their flight, they had to call the game because the plane was starting.
Yep.
Like that, Jake was and me and said like, it's early. Yeah, I don't at that. Now they're leading the Big Ten.
How about that?
Yeah,
they got two. They got. I mean, it's a good team overall, but those guys at second and shortstop are players.
Strong down the middle.
Yeah, that's exactly what Harvell was. That's what Lance Harvell was saying.
Yeah,
they like their catcher, they like their center fielder, and obviously they like that second.
Before we get to break, we do have a text. Someone wants to say how the bowling team do. They didn't make the finals. Bowling team, they won the first match against Mercyhurst, lost to Arkansas State, lost to Vanderbilt. So it was Vanderbilt versus Arkansas State. Nebraska did not make the finals.
Made the final four,
but they made the final four. So
final
still
four.
good.
Tip of the cap to our friend
Paul Klempa and his team.
Paul,
huge Boston fan.
Yeah.
Can't hear a Boston song without thinking of Paul now.
You can't. You should. He's probably proud of that.
Yeah.
Boston.
Good job.
Paul
Good season.
We got to get a home run board up.
We do.
We need to get a home run board up. So we're tracking that. Husker baseball. We got to get a home run board up. Josh, come in with that. We need a home run board. That's going to be something.
You could do that in your garage today. You got a lot of time.
Yeah.
I
got free time.
Build
I got
board,
tools.
Build the board.
I do have some tools. Yeah,
that might be a nice project.
Recently I got a battery powered chainsaw.
Nice.
My wife is not so good about me running the chainsaw.
Just go out there and start it up.
What if I started doing like those like the cutting things like they do like on those competitions on ESPN where they did a chainsaw
like a Folgers can.
I'm out back just practicing.
Yeah. Nice.
Be
That'd be fun.
Yeah, wearing like a flannel shirt.
Yeah, tell Laura I gotta go out and cut some stuff.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
If I'm not in for a while, you'll probably hear me out back.
Yeah, I'll be there'll be an engine sound.
Yeah,
I gotta go work on that engine a little bit.
The electric would.
Bill's Thrills and
the battery's going dead.
Next.
I'll fix it.
Ooh, battery's dead.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at trucking.com.
Elway Power Sports of Lincoln is celebrating their grand opening on Friday and Saturday, April 28th and 29th. Stop by for free food, door prizes with chances to win an autographed John Elway jersey and more. Check out their brand new Indian motorcycle boutique with the demo truck on site for demo rides all day Saturday. Over 600 machines in stock for major brands like Can-Am, Kawasaki, Yamaha, Polaris, Sea-Doo, and more. New owners and new attitude. Check out Elway Power Sports of Lincoln on North 27th Street for their grand opening on April 28th and 29th.
If you struggle with joint pain, there's good news. You don't need surgery to get back to full health. South Point Medical and Aesthetics offers breakthrough non-surgical options for treatment of moderate to severe joint pain. Our patients experience little to no downtime from our procedures, and the results are remarkable. They've had 14 years of successful treatments with patients from 35 states because of an effective word-of-mouth traffic. Learn more about how you can get lasting results for joint pain today at southpointmedical.com or call 402-323-8400. Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln by offering a number of services. From group homes for special needs adults to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the intellectual and developmental disability services your loved one needs to live a fulfilling life. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a more rewarding career, learn more about available positions. Learn more about services for your loved ones or employment today at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Agriculture is the economic engine of the Midwest. At Acres Equipment, we dedicate ourselves to making that engine run smoothly. We supply our farmers and ranchers with quality John Deere equipment, parts, and service. We also deliver the most advanced technology and precision ag strategies to help them farm today and for the future. Acres Equipment, solutions for every field.
If your home isn't delivering the year-round comfort you expect, call the experts at Bryant. Warm and cool, comfort and confidence. Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating. Call 467-1111.
It's April, and that means the school year is almost over and summer road trips are on the horizon. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 40th and Layton and find your next ride as summer are just around the corner. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Sports are here and it's time to up equipment, but don't go rush store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50 inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine. There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Blythe Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Blyker with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism.
Babe, pack your bags. We're going to Vegas.
Vegas?
We just got the estimate from the wedding caterer, and we're going to have to elope.
Actually, Members Owned Credit Union is offering no-fee home equity lines of credit. We can borrow what we need with equity from the house.
Wait, so we can keep the bacon wrap dates for the cocktail hour?
We can keep the bacon wrap dates. From wedding bells to trekking the globe and everything in between, capture your dreams your way with a no-fee Members Owned Credit Union home equity line of credit. Learn more at membersownedheloc.org. Limitations may apply. Equal housing lender.
Seems like just the other day, I was building my first house. I've seen many changes to our building market in Lincoln. It's been a fun road.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
You know, we hear a lot where I don't want to live in a cookie cutter home. Well, let's come up with some answers on what we're going to build, where we're going to build, and what it's going to cost. One thing that we started doing early on was we started building neighborhoods. I'm a firm believer in character in your street and in your neighborhood. I like choice. I like variation. I like maybe something a little bit different in a neighborhood that you don't see in every neighborhood. I think it's great to have choices, its uniqueness, and I think that's what gives a neighborhood character. And I think that's what we've done over the years.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
You love the Bash's sports takes.
Now, will you feel like an idiot if you're a big
Never feel like an idiot.
you're a big tough guy this morning?
But you really love to voice your displeasure for his music choices.
He stumbled on an issue that I did not think would generate this much passion and discussion.
It's time for Jake's questionable song of the day on Early Break on 9 The Ticket and the Ticket FM.
Once again, your song of the day, End of the Line, by the Traveling Wilburys. 464-56851 is bad. 10 is good. Texture rating in the Sauter Heyman Jewelers song of the
All right,
day.
name 4.
Of their songs?
Yeah.
Well, the best of, it was Handle with Care, of course.
Handle with Care.
That's
What
their
else?
biggest song. Yeah. But they did a rendition of Runaway also.
Yeah, they did.
That was
Did
very
they?
good.
Did they?
Yep. Runaway. Yep. That was who was the first guy? Dell something.
Oh,
Did
why?
that?
Del Shannon.
Yeah, they did.
Del
They did
Shannon.
it. Del Shannon. Well, I got Dell. Oh, come on, guys. Oh,
Jake.
Del.
What else? You're usually really good at this.
They have Tweeter and the Monkey Man.
Okay.
That's Parker Gabriel. Like that
Are you
song.
sure that's Traveling Wilburys?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm sure it's the Traveling Wilburys.
That's not just Bob Dylan.
No, he was the main voice in that song, but that was the Traveling Wilburys who did that song.
Okay.
And that's what I got for you.
I think that's the best one, the one you played today.
You're not a big fan of the Traveling
No,
Wilburys.
I'm not.
Which
Not
is,
at all.
the big names: George Harrison,
I like-
Roy Orbison, Tom Petty, Bob Dylan,
But
Jeff
Tom,
Lynne.
yeah, Tom was featured in that first name basis. Petty.
Mhm.
So that was good. I don't know. I'd give it a 6. 6.
No,
6.
Bill was singing the whole time.
Yeah.
I tease it. I think Bill liked this song.
Yeah.
Sip, I'm not sure.
Yeah, because I'm not a Traveling Wilburys.
You're not.
fan.
First thing, just getting a little bit of Roy Orbison right away on a Monday was outstanding. That's one of the lost voices. It's just incredible.
Yeah.
And hearing Petty I was very enthusiastic. It was very much a Monday song. It got things started. It had a little bit of natural just juice to it. So I was very excited about that. I knew all the words, so I sang all the words. Very excited about it. I like when they throw in Purple Haze.
Purple Haze.
At the very end.
It makes me sad. I mean, it makes me melancholy to hear Tom right now because he's dead. I mean, he's
but
how many of those guys are alive?
Bob Dylan is alive and Jeff Lynne. That's it.
Oh,
That's
Roy.
it. Orbison's been gone for a long time. George
yeah.
Harrison, of course, is gone, and Tom Petty is gone.
Yes. But it's a 8.45.
I love the double.
That music video is fascinating because Orbison passed away before they actually filmed it. So, like you see, like when they show him singing, they show a picture of him in a rocking chair, just a picture because he didn't make it to the actual video.
You're right.
He was there for the recording, but he was not there for the video of the song.
You're right.
Talk about drop the mic.
Yeah, drop the mic.
Right, he did it. He did it. Roy did it.
Roy
performed it, and then I'm out.
8.45.
8.45.
And a 6.6.
And a great start to the Monday.
And you were singing the whole song, Bill.
It was fine.
Some ratings here before we get to Bill's Thrills. 8 from Harper's dad, a 4. John says a 4. Perfect from that one guy, a 10. Willard 9, Gilt Nerd 7.93, Everett 5.8, DC Dale 8.5, Leroy 7.3, Dex a 9,
Dex,
James and Lincoln a 5, Notorious B.I.B. 7.8.
This cracks me up.
Huffy 6.5, Matt in South Lincoln 4.7, Ryan in Delaware says a 4, the OG CJ 4.2, Roger a 10, and 9 from Brad in Dallas.
Where's our friend?
Which one?
Nothing from Columbus.
Do I see Bird? I don't see. I don't
No,
see.
that's
Oh,
not-
hang on.
Bird
8.
Nice job, Bird.
Super group, just like you guys. Wow,
Yeah.
that's very kind.
Super group.
Just
We
like
could be
you
a
guys.
super
We
group.
could be a super group.
That would be great.
Wow, that's kind of
Well,
cool.
me and Sipple sang some. We've already done some Willie and Waylon.
Yeah. That was good.
That
Yeah,
was
you guys
good,
sang
yeah.
it together in the airways.
Thank
That
you,
was
Jay.
great.
Yes. That's nice of you.
That was wonderful. Okay,
Yeah,
before we get
nice.
to Bill's Thrills, let me legalize real quick because top of the hours here. So hang on.
Oh, legalize us.
1 second.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Without further ado, it is time for Bill's Thrills, a Monday edition sponsored by Mid-Plains Advisors called Dirk, Scott, and Ty for all your financial needs. Today, Bill, is football facts, right?
Football information, football facts,
information.
correct. We're going to talk about situational masters.
Whoa.
There's so much situational that go on in football. It's just borderline ridiculous of the
Wow.
things you have to know because a lot of things are going on. It's kind of like, say, baseball. There's no clock. So there's never a time management situation. You got to game manage. There's no clock.
There's a lot
management.
actually in baseball you got to work on.
Yeah,
but
you'd
yeah.
like to do that, but there's no. So there's some games don't have clocks. Some because the what goes on with clock management in a game is ridiculous. So
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah.
situational master. So Ed Ogeron had a deal for us at LSU. We do a 7-minute period every Thursday on situational masters, and you had to get up, and I had to do. We all had to do it at some point in time, and you'd present what situation we're working on. You had it detailed out. You had examples. You had NFL film.
Whoa.
Boom. And that was your 7-minute period on that Thursday. And we were working those all throughout your own time too. It wasn't just that was the one time, but that was the focus of the day. And so so the offense got up, defense got up, special teams would get up. We'd all talk through what we were working on that day. And when that 7-minute period hit, talk about 4th and 1. The head coach was on a heater to make sure that stuff and everyone understood the importance. It's all about what you emphasize. You'll get what you emphasize. And so the emphasis is just always on all these situations. So one of the ones that came up in different times would be Urban is the first one I really dealt with that did this at Utah, Urban Meyer. And so this is after we've been going for a little bit, maybe spring ball or fall ball. So you kind of had some things already installed. Boom, you'd break out a stretch, and all of a sudden, it wouldn't it all the time like that. All of a sudden, boom, you're taking off to individual or to specials, whatever's going to horn would blow. 4th and 9, 9-yard line, ones versus ones. Let's go.
Oh boy.
And so, and he would do
4th
it,
and
not
9.
tell the coordinator, so that you had to be prepared for what the situation was and be able to call whatever is going to happen. So we'd have third downs, 4th and 1s would come up all of a sudden, 4th and 1s to build to do that. So that always kept you on your toes.
Oh yeah.
Like that. But so one of the ones I'm going to talk about today defensively was end of game scenarios when you're ahead and the opposing team needs a touchdown.
Yeah.
And so so it used to always be Hail Mary. So you would defend the crap out of you guys. Nebraska saw it hands down the first time against Northwestern on what can go wrong and what can go right for them, what can go wrong for someone else when they won on the Hail Mary.
Kellogg.
We would coach the Hail Mary like that was the most important play because it was. If they're throwing that thing, it really matters. It's a big deal.
Good point.
It's a big deal.
Lot can go wrong.
We would talk about how we're going to box out, who is going to be the pigtail, who's going for the ball, all those things. And we had all these films. You can't believe the imagine of video we show our players of like 20, 30 clips of just horrendous, awful plays that were made because everybody's just too cool. Or they thought that it's just the last play. Someone else will do it. You had to do your job. So it was a big deal. So we always review that. Then the next play we'd review would be last play of the game from the 22. Now it's not victory. Now it's a whole different defense. Now that we would play, we called fifths. We'd play 2 corners, 2 safeties. Then we had the nickel in the middle.
Okay.
And so we had a 5 deep like that and rush 3. So we had 3 under, 5 deep for us. So we could put bodies on all the vertical benders or they're going to try to throw into the end zone. Then the last one, which we would work, which we entered in late with it, and we didn't do it until I changed over to be the coordinator, was we do the last play when they've got to go 70.
Oh,
so now this is going to be now they're going to do the
pitch,
lateral
hook and ladder,
and so you have to have it. So what we would do is on the situation was we'd have we'd call it 2 walk, and we'd have a 3-man rush. And then what you do is when the ball got thrown, I'd tell them the ball's coming out quick because they're going to try to get it started and start going. So the 3D linemen had to be in a fast retrace, and they would sandwich the ball. So they never got down past the ball. They stayed behind the ball. So if the ball had to get thrown backwards, there was defenders back there. You try to keep 8 on this side.
Keep them back.
Keep 8 on this side, 3 on this side of the ball. So they will go to throw the ball backwards.
You're there.
All those things happen. And I bring it up when I'd show them. I would show them this when I showed them the clip of when I was coaching here at Nebraska in the last play of the Alamo Bowl. I said, because all these things happened, the thing that happened the most in the Alamo Bowl was they threw the ball sideways, okay, and the ball hit the ground. Everyone thought the game was over. The ball was backwards. It was a lateral.
Live.
That's why the play kept going, and that's where the mayhem broke out in it. So a little history on that play, if you want to know.
No, that's beautiful.
So right before we go out there, it was Titus Brothers. I grab him, and they have to go 70.
This
Alamo Bowl, like 2005.
05.
And so
against Michigan.
And so I grabbed Titus Brothers, and I said, go to the goal line. Don't leave the goal line. And so he's way back on the goal line, and I can hear Elmo up top yelling, "We're short a guy. We're short a guy." I said, Phil, I sent the dime to the goal line. Phil wasn't overly excited about that, but anyway, that they had to get done to put him back there to have that happen. So we had to put him back there to have that happen. So all of a sudden, when those plays start happening, well, we had what we call a super safety, which was Blake Tiki at the time. And he's supposed to stay back. He's the deepest of the deepest the whole time.
Okay.
Every time they threw the ball, he came up.
Okay.
At one point in time, he was the super safety. He was level with the ball.
Okay.
He was supposed to be back 60 yards, be back this way like that. Just kind of this mayhem broke out. Guess who was in on the last tackle? It was Bowman, and it was Titus Brothers.
Zach Bowman
tackled him on the sideline, down the sideline, the 10-yard line. The guy
got a little dicey,
the
right?
guy runs
really
runs right by Danny Bullock's. Danny looks right at him like, "What are you doing?" He's still running. The play's still going, and we're on the bus back, and I'm like, "Do you realize if that would have went down, that would be the most watched play in the history of college football? It would have been like the bands on the field."
Yeah, they almost had it. It was
terrifying.
It was
that terrifying.
So
luckily, it happened. How it all went down, but at the time right there, again, at that time like that, we hadn't thought through okay, they're gonna lateral it. What's the exact plan? Now we had a plan for it. Don't get me wrong, we had a plan, but now we had a better plan. So we would rep that at us last time. So one time, like late in the season, right before Iowa, I told our scouts, I said, "See if you can score." And they executed the play beautifully. They probably had 10 laterals in it, and we got them down. We ended up winning the round, but it showed our guys were dog tired after the thing was over, so that they're all like, "Okay, I see why we do this."
Yeah,
thing.
you can see why you put Brothers way back.
So situational.
You put
masters,
Titus way back on the
just out of the blue.
That's
just happened to grab him and say, "Go to the goal line. Don't leave the goal line."
He ended up making the play with Zach Bowman.
Yeah, on the Michigan sideline.
That's Bill's Thrills, sponsored by Mid-Plains Advisors. Second hour next. Matt Rule, demanding coach sip. That's up next. Early break on the ticket.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill. Open for lunch and dinner at 10th and P or at 1501 Center Park Road.
The Nebraska Lottery has given over $900 million back to our state since 1993. It's gone to improve education and state fair.
$100 million.
I'll say.
Hey, I have a great idea for a commercial. Have someone count to 900 million out loud.
That would take 28 years. Not a good idea.
I don't know, with a little background music and some sound effects.
There's another studio down the hall. Why don't you get started?
The Nebraska Lottery, 30 years of building a better Nebraska.
The Nebraska Lottery has given over $900 million back to our state since 1993. The proceeds have helped protect and improve Nebraska's environment, funded need-based scholarships for Nebraska students, and maintained and improved facilities at the state fair.
That's terrific. You should put that on your website.
It already is. Just click on beneficiaries in the menu.
Menu? You guys serve food too?
Maybe you should get off your feet for a while.
The Nebraska Lottery, 30 years of building a better Nebraska.
This is Jay Foreman. I wore gear to protect my health on the football field, and I'm protecting it now by staying and up to date with the bivalent COVID vaccine. Get up to date while it's still free and stay protected. Learn more at healthylincoln.org.
Spring sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get mixed with great discounts by bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports, 48th and Vine.
For great views, go to Kansas. For unforgettable views of action-packed racing, go to Kansas Speedway. With a premier facility that gives fans what they want, how they want to see it. And with a Saturday doubleheader, a Sunday Cup Series race, and great deals on kids' tickets, the views will get better all weekend long. Weekend at Kansas Speedway, May 6th and 7th. Get your tickets today at kansasspeedway.com.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for Ready Mix Concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. Nebco offers great pay, medical, and retirement benefits, paid time off, and we pay for CDL training. Apply today to earn an average total compensation of $50,000 to $60,000 your first year driving. From Nebco's beginnings in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
Agriculture is the economic engine of the Midwest. At Acres Equipment, we dedicate ourselves to making that engine run smoothly. We supply our farmers and ranchers with quality John Deere equipment, parts, and service. We also deliver the most advanced technology and precision ag strategies to help them farm today and for the future. Acres Equipment, solutions for every field.
Motor Food is Lincoln's hardest rocking food truck and cafe. Motor Food creates old school comfort food with a 21st century twist and lots of rock and roll attitude. Try the barbecue pulled pork mac and cheese, the grilled chicken Firebird sandwich, a 100% all beef split grilled hot dog, and any version of their funky fries. Stop by the cafe just behind Outback Steakhouse on 48th Street or catch the food truck out and about all spring and summer. Check out their menu, order carry out, or schedule catering at motorfoodtruck.com.
MWR is dedicated to building attractive, affordable steel buildings that exceed your expectations. From commercial to residential to agricultural storage, steel buildings are cost-effective, attractive, and versatile. Plus, they're a lasting investment and an ideal choice. MWR uses Sentinel Building Systems out of Albion and can service you all over the state and region. If you have interest in a steel building, post frame building, or fencing, give MWR a call today at 402-980-5273 or go to mwrbuildingandfence.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Not nearly as windy here for our Monday. In fact, a beautiful day on the way. We'll top out at 68. South winds at around 15 by this afternoon. Plenty of sunshine. Tonight clear with a low down to around 41. Tomorrow windy. Southeast winds gusting over 25. A high of 77 and a chance of evening thunderstorms. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Wake up, Lincoln.
Come on, it's 6 o'clock. Rise and shine, rise and shine.
It's time for Early Break with Sip and Jake, brought to you by Trucking. Live from the heart of Lincoln, America. Here's 93.7 The Ticket's Jake Sorensen.
Did seem kind of meh.
And Steve Sipple.
Surprisingly good.
This is Early Break with Sip and Jake.
Welcome back to Hour 2 on a Monday. Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break. Always call or text us 402-464-5685. Watch and comment on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, or Channel 951 on Allo. The show is sponsored by Gaina Trucking. Check out their current job openings at gainatrucking.com. We had a text come in. Whoa. A football text from Marv. This is for you, Bill. You mentioned the Hail Mary situation with Ed Orgeron at LSU and everything there. A strategy question. Marv says this on the text line, 464-5685. Why don't you blitz the rollout side on a Hail Mary? I never understood why the defense gives quarterback time to roll out and take their time throwing on a Hail Mary.
Can't.
Well, there's two things to it. You do always have a plan to go to the thrower's hand. Sometimes what you would have happen is that you would have, was a very common one, would be you'd have a linebacker be a reroute player. He would reroute, and then he'd be the late rusher towards the side of where he would roll out to. So that was a way you defend it. That was generally if you're going to have a 4-man rush rather than a 3-man rush with it. But you always have that plan of being the up and under, or you'll have him come up and under Marv away from his throwing hand, which means the guy can make an inside move, but it would be if he's a right-handed quarterback to try to flush him to his left. To be able to do that. The other one, which I've never ran but practiced and I've seen, and if it's not on film, you'll be fine, is that numerous times I ran it a bunch at Utah State in practice right there, would be if they had to throw from roughly the 50, then I'd bring it all. I'd bring an all-out pressure and have 5 guys at the goal line. Ooh. And so they didn't have time to get down the field.
Okay.
So that was also an option. I have good film on that from the Dolphins practice, and I've seen it on film when Kevin Coyle was a defensive coordinator.
Okay. Remember him?
Now,
yeah, I do.
Now, here's the scary one. If they see it on film, okay, and they go tunnel screen.
Oh.
So now they got offensive linemen running down the field, and you got the ball, and these guys have all rushed. They got to turn. Now there's 5 guys back there, and there's all these bodies running at you.
So you got a little trouble.
So it's one of those things where it's like, so if someone's seen it on film once or twice, they have a plan like, hey, if they're all up, and they're showing this, look, we're going right to the tunnel screen. If not, but to have it in your bag, you want to have it in your bag to say, hey, we're going to pressure them. And no one's playing man-to-man. You're still playing eyes on ball on back at the goal line. So that's another way to be able to handle it.
Football just seems incredibly like you could practice football 8 hours a day and not get everything covered.
Yeah. I would do it against Matt Wells all the time. He used to be the head coach at Utah State, and then went to Texas Tech. And we'd run the zero, because it's practice. I'd run the zero blitz on the last play from the 50. At that, we sack him every time. And he's like, you'll never do that. I'm like, we could. It's legal.
We could do that.
We could.
I also love the coaches infighting.
Yeah,
like the little squabbles they have.
One of my
snarky comment
the favorite ones by far was when you were doing third downs like that, and say the defense is things are going well, rolling. Is every time like that, no matter what, the whole defensive side would just, every time they'd pass it, they'd just yell sack, and then the offensive coach, it's not a sack, and everyone's just yelling sack.
That'd be fun.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It is fun.
It sounds fun.
It is, but there's nothing more fun than when you do just kick ass and spring.
Right.
And you're in the locker room afterwards like that. We're just trying to get better. I don't know.
You guys will be all right. You hope you guys are fine.
You guys hang in there.
Yeah, hang in there, boy.
Get on that film. We're gonna go golf. Actually, as a veteran coach, you never did that because you knew it was coming back.
I know.
Your face like that, but you at least felt good for a few hours.
Well, you'd like to think you have a modicum of class. Too.
Yes, like that. Yes. So that never happened actually like that. But you kind of feel it.
One more football text coming in. People have questions today.
Questions. That's nice.
Jake. Not me. Jake Texter says this.
Okay, I thought maybe they're texting you.
I'm texting the text line.
Get the tennis players.
No football.
Get the tennis player. No football. Yeah, like a good team should.
Jake says this. I've never understood why you would win the toss and defer to the second half to start the game at home. Scott Frost did that a lot.
It's pretty.
And defer to the second half at home.
It's kind of one of those things. Whatever, you just kind of defer it. It's like I have brought up a couple times on different situations where, especially when we were trying to this last deal like that, because there's always defer, and I'm like, you know what? We have not been great. Just make sure we have a good first half. Let's get ourselves to halftime in good shape, right there. So I've always been a proponent in that situation of taking the ball, because it's apples and oranges. How it works out is you take the ball, usually you're pretty prepared, you're ready to go. Also, it generally shortens the series one for the other team in the first half. So if that's the case, you'd like to be able to try to get that done. I've always felt good about if someone says they're taking the ball, I'm like, yeah, why wouldn't you? You have your calls, you're ready to go right there. I have seen way more failures offensively coming out of halftime than I have off your first drive.
Sure.
And so that'd be a great thing to study. So the exact answer, well, I know as a defensive coach, it's like, yeah, I don't care if we take the ball first or whichever.
That's what I would think.
It's like
I don't get hung up on that stuff.
That doesn't really matter to me too much. It just became an option, and I think everybody just thought the option was like so cool that you could take the option of being able to defer with that. Now, and then you're always the thing that you have to understand, which I'd always try to study or be asking questions all the time, especially at Nebraska, would be what the weather was going to do, because there's a lot of times like that, and this happened in Louisiana a bunch like that. It'd be like, hey, it's night game like that. It looks like at 8:30 there's a storm rolling through here, so you'd like to know that ahead of time, because don't ever think when you start a game that's how it's going to finish. There's a 22-mile-an-hour wind out of the north. Is it going to stay 22 miles? Well, the
games are 5 hours long.
It says right here that at roughly halftime we got a storm coming through that can change everything. So you kind of want to be true with what you're selecting and what's going on.
There's a lot
with
that
that.
goes on. A lot
so you're
that you have
thinking
to
through
think
and
about.
talking through that. I know Coach Osborne always talked to the airport. That was the main place that he talked to.
The airport weather people.
Airport weather people.
Fascinating.
Yes.
See,
yeah.
This is a lot that you got to think about.
It makes a difference how you prepare, what the other team may be doing, all those things. Because again, that's where things are so different in, say, it's like football. It's weather. There's a clock. Or right there. There's all kinds of time management things going on within the game. A lot of people have that, but you say basketball. Okay, you got time management situation. That's great. But you don't have any weather.
No weather.
You have no weather. No. You have no weather. For the most part, if it's really awful weather, if there's moisture, there's no weather in baseball or softball either. Can't hold on to bats, can't hold on to balls. That's not going to happen to be able to play in that. There's just certain people that have the ability to play into it.
I mean, basketball, you can really mess up clock.
Oh, you can't. There's one less equation with no weather.
Absolutely.
Once you take that
football
really, and then in just the size of the roster. 22
so much going
at
on
one time.
So much going on.
And so much substitution playing in the game. Basketball, they'd play let's see, like that
5-on-5.
Basically, I'm aware of that. Well, thank you. Not all the time. Hoosiers, my team's on the board. You play with 4. Right. A lot of teams play with what? 8 players in the tournament, 8 to 9 players.
Yeah, that's
like
true.
That. You're putting at least probably over 50 in the game of a football game. Yep. Over 50 with special teams, offense, defense, and rotation.
It's an amazing sport.
Over 50 you're going to go into the game.
It's an amazing sport. It's so easy to write about because there's so much going on. It's amazing. You never run out of topics.
And that's why it's so amazing in the NFL with those guys. I'm talking to them of different things of 53 on the roster, but 48 active, 48 players. So everyone that's suited up, you've got a role. You've got a role to play in that game. So it's like maybe the backup guard or something that won't play. Maybe he is on the score team or something, may not play. Everyone else is going to play like that. The backup quarterback and the backup maybe offensive guards that don't play. The rest of them are going to be all on. If you're the third running back or even second running back, you're on special teams. Yeah. You have to play. There is no, well, I don't do that. You have to. There's certain you have to do that.
I don't do that. We'll get you nowhere.
You'll go where I tell you to go.
Exactly. I'll get you into a pickle. Would be the thing right there.
Or get you to another job.
Is anyone listening today, Jake? Do we have anyone?
We have listeners. Yeah, they're all out there. People just texted those questions for you. People are watching on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter. Also, keep it coming.
YouTube, Facebook,
Twitch.
I like Twitch the best.
Yeah, I'm all over it.
Are you?
Twitch.
You're a big Twitch guy, Sip?
Yeah.
Is it still active?
Yes, Twitch is still active. That's why we're showing. That's why our broadcast is available on Twitch.
Yeah. All comes together.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yes.
Sip, you wrote over the weekend about Matt Rule.
Great article.
Now, we talked about Matt Rule's comments post the scrimmage on Saturday regarding what he saw and his overall thoughts of the team as we approach this weekend spring game. But you also wrote that Nebraska needed a demanding boss for its head football coach, and Matt Rule is just that. Why do you say so?
He said something very interesting on Saturday. He said this is a very happy place. And we have a great fan base. We have great everything. He said, I say this. One element of this happy place is Nebraska players really tend to be treated like kings really well before they earn it. And I think in a place, now Nebraska's not the only place like this, but Nebraska is a great example of that. And he said, I just want to make sure these players understand that we're 4-8. All right. He said, that's not a negative thing. We have to earn the right to say we're a good team. We have to fight to be a good team. And he said, there's a tendency right now with the new coaching staff. He said, things are going to be better now. He said, but it just doesn't get better. He said, we have to make them better. And we're not there yet. These are just good messages. And it really struck a chord with me because I do feel that way about Nebraska a lot. We're such a engaged, it's such an engaged fan base. There's a huge media core. Players come in here, and I think sometimes they feel like they already made it before they win a game. It is a happy place. It doesn't feel like they're coming off a 4-8 season. Partly because of the new coaching staff, but just kind of the way we are. I mean, the media definitely feeds into it. That I'm starting to hear from fans who say, okay, here we go again with all this optimism. I don't know what to say about that. I mean, I don't know that people want to read pessimism for 9 months.
Fair.
Right? I mean, what do you really? Is that what you want to hear? Or do you want do you want the media to be, just
skeptical,
just ungodly skeptical all the time? I mean, I don't think anybody wants to read that. And you don't want your coaches. See, I've thought about this stuff a lot. I wouldn't, if I were a fan, want to hear my coaches just say, I don't want to talk about anything good. I think if you're a coach, you want to present the reasons why you think you're going to be good. There's nothing wrong with that. These are the reasons. And essentially that's what they do sometimes. These are the reasons why we think we can be good. I mean, I don't think you want to hear them talk about, but we're really deficient in this area all the time. I mean, we know where there's trouble. But I do think Rule does have that sort of 4th and 1 mentality that Bill refers to. He seems to, we'll see. I mean, I don't know. I mean, how long has he been here? November 27th was his first day. I mean, I don't know what that was.
December or something like that.
No, November 27th.
Was it November?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was November 27th when they introduced him, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
So he's only been here for a few months. We'll see what it looks like.
But you like what you hear so far?
Well, yeah. But I did with Riley. I did with Bo. I did with everybody, with Callahan, with Frost. I mean, it's just we're just kind of rinsing and repeating a lot of the stuff.
Doc has a hot take in the text line. Okay. DOCK Doc says, "See, the players have no." This is extreme from Doc, but he's a loyal listener. He says the players have no motivation to get better because it doesn't matter if they win or lose; they are still treated like royalty. Teddy Prohaska is an example of that. Now, I like Teddy, to be fair. He said he played one good game against Michigan, got hurt, and before he was even back, he was already proclaimed as the team's best offensive lineman.
It's a little bit of that. I mean,
he did play good in that game, but then he got hurt, and he comes back, rushed him back, I thought.
Yeah, Doc probably heard me say that there were offensive linemen from, days gone by at Nebraska that was saying Teddy's a first-round draft pick. I mean, yeah, there's a little of that goes on here. It's the players are treated really well here. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, as long as it doesn't go too far. I don't know. I just say it's an interesting dynamic, and I think Rule recognized it right away. I've never heard a coach say this is a very happy place, but it is. It is a very happy place.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah, it's a happy place.
Like I said, the team they inherited is a good, positive team. I said there wasn't a
good bunch of guys.
I think Coach Rule had mentioned the GPA is probably one of the biggest ways to look at that they hadn't fallen off the cliff. Because usually your GPA has fallen off the cliff. The first thing is trying to get half your team eligible again because no one did anything from October on, and that. So how the kids are acting, how they acted all the way the kids, the players, not kids, grown men, how they were acting as professionals, preparing for games which they played well and just didn't win enough of them. And then how they handle their academic business tells you that. Also tells you have great leadership from the top down like that, because that's just one of those areas where Dennis LeBlanc didn't let it slip. Right. So yet when you have the Nick Saban of academics in there,
absolutely,
things don't slip.
Isn't it interesting though? I mean, it's an interesting, the whole picture to me. I think the GPA was 3 in the.
It was in the threes.
It was over 3. it was as high as it's ever been. I think it was a record for the team. Okay, there's that. You constantly hear Rule talk about, look, we have NFL guys. The special teams, we should be good on special teams because we have talent. We have a lot of guys who are probably NFL type players. So GPA's good, talent's good. I know he believes they can be good right away. It's funny though, you will hear fans push back. They don't want to. I mean, some of it's just Frost related. They don't want to give Frost any credit, which I understand. Frost botched it, but he didn't. I guess what I'm saying, and I've said it from the start, Rule did not walk into a train wreck. That's nobody will convince me of that. Now, Jake, you could say, well, Sip, they're 4-8. Yeah, it wasn't a train wreck. They weren't losing big games. It wasn't
a train wreck last
year.
They
weren't losing big. They were hanging in with tough teams. They won their last game on the road against a team that could have been in a Big Ten championship game.
Right.
They looked good doing it. They weren't getting shoved around. Like the Riley year, the last.
Oh, those are terrible.
The last in 2017. Remember how that season finished.
Nebraska lost 56-14 to Iowa here in Lincoln.
And they were getting routinely bullied at the end of that season.
Minnesota crushed them. A bad Minnesota team.
Ohio State that wasn't even a game. That's when it was one of the few times in my career when I checked out in the second half and actually wondered what I was doing. Why am I even doing this at this point? I mean, this is such a joke. They're not even playing now. They weren't even playing.
Yeah, Bill missed that one. The broadcast was Gus Johnson. He says it was like 35-0 first half. He goes, how simple can it get for the Buckeyes?
Yeah.
That was the broadcast call against Nebraska.
Unbelievable. I wonder
what
the hell we were doing. I never wondered that last year.
How simple can it get?
And when I say Rule's more demanding, I mean, come on. At the end of Riley, you heard all the stories about how the weight training was. Guys were skipping. You didn't have to come if you didn't want to. I mean, it had slipped. I don't think it's going to happen anymore. I don't think we'll see that kind of season again. So we'll see. But again, you never know. Well, you don't know till the season begins what you're really dealing with.
Yep. When the games are on TV
and
they're keeping score.
The scoreboard.
The scoreboard's on. That's when it really matters.
Yeah, Mickey used to say that too.
That was like that. Yeah, that was when it really matters.
Yeah.
When we come back, we don't talk NBA hardly at all on this show, but the playoffs have begun.
You guys were watching it last night.
I watched some.
But I have to ask you this: how could you not root for the Sacramento Kings? We'll tell you why, and more of a little recap of the playoffs next on Early Break in the Ticket.
Elway Power Sports of Lincoln is celebrating their grand opening on Friday and Saturday, April 28th and 29th. Stop by for free food, door prizes, chances to win an autographed John Elway jersey, and more. Check out their brand new Indian motorcycle boutique with the demo truck on site for demo rides all day Saturday. Over 600 machines in stock for major brands like Can-Am, Kawasaki, Yamaha, Polaris, Sea-Doo, and more. New owners and new attitude. Check out Elway Power Sports of Lincoln on North 27th, grand opening on April 28th and 29th.
Look at you. It probably has a few dings and nicks. I'll be that guy. Get it upgraded and repaired at Renew Your Auto. At Renew Your Auto, they offer tons of services: ceramic coating, window tinting, paintless dent repair, washes and details, bed liners, body shop, and more. Where can you go to get services like that all in one place? Schedule your appointment today at renewyourauto.com. See what Renew can do for you.
For great views, go to Kansas. For unforgettable views of action-packed racing, go to Kansas Speedway. NASCAR weekend at Kansas Speedway, May 6th and 7th. Get your tickets today at kansasspeedway.com.
Agriculture is the economic engine of the Midwest. At Acres Equipment, we dedicate ourselves to making that engine run smoothly. We supply our farmers and ranchers with quality John Deere equipment, parts, and service. We also deliver the most advanced technology and precision ag strategies to help them farm today and for the future. Acres Equipment, solutions for every field.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career, or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Whatever Wherever you go, distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $20 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your career. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com. It's April, and that means the school year is almost over and summer road trips are on the horizon. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do that. Mullen Motors lot is full able to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 8th and Layton and find your ride. A summer road trips on the Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
A lot of businesses say that they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business feels anything but for your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, as they do with customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back in the future.
Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service, bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. SU.
Integrated Services has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln by offering a number of services. From group homes for special needs adults to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the intellectual and developmental disability services your loved one needs to live a fulfilling life. They're also if you're looking for a more rewarding career, learn more about available positions. Learn more about services for your loved ones or employment today at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
We're on the air.
Back
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
to more of Early Break with Sip and Jake on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Once again, we don't talk a lot of NBA on this show, but the playoffs have begun. And there's a couple big milestones that happened over the weekend in the first couple games of the NBA playoffs. Number one, the Sacramento Kings were playing in their first playoffs since 2006. They won a pretty epic game against the Warriors to win by 3 in Sacramento.
126.
Packed crowd.
126-123. Sacramento is a team that averages 120.7 points a game. They average 120.7. That high power.
Mike Brown did a heck of a job
He
there.
did,
Mike
yes.
Brown has been a remarkable coaching job for Sacramento.
They won that game the other night. Now here's why they're scary. They won the game the other night, 126-123 against the defending champs, with 3 of their starters really having off nights. Herter, remember Kevin Herter?
Kevin Herter from Maryland.
Herter.
Yep.
Is it Herter?
Herter.
Kevin Herter. Sabonis and Murray, that former Iowa player.
Yeah.
Keegan
Murray. I think he had 2
Off
points
nights.
and 0 points. Well, he had nothing.
off nights. 3 guys, 3 starters for the Sacramento Kings had off nights, and they still won the game.
That's because Malik Monk is awesome off the bench.
He was awesome, and it's because
De'Aaron
De'Aaron Fox, who's now I don't know why, but Alex said I got to quit using the word war daddy But De'Aaron Fox is a war daddy. He would have been good in any era. Bill, I don't know if you've seen him play. Oh, boy. He's the fastest with the ball in the NBA, they say. And he is super fast, breathtaking fast. When he gets downhill, good night. I mean,
War Daddy.
Is War Daddy okay?
I like War Daddy. Yeah.
Yeah, Alex says you got to lose that word.
Football
My grandson Alex says you got
basketball,
to lose that word. What?
I don't hear War Daddy in basketball. Mostly football.
It just takes me back in time when watching Sacramento play versus my Lakers back when they were really good.
When they had
Weber and Bibby, and who else was
Patience Stojakovic.
Didn't Sacramento have
Doug Christie?
They had Vlade at one point. Vlade Divac.
Yeah, they had Divac.
Yes. They were unreal. I mean, the only reason they didn't win a couple championships was because of Kobe and Shaq.
Kobe.
That was the only reason they didn't win. And those games were epic games.
Oh, God.
And so that was real.
When was that exactly?
Early 2000s.
Early 2000s.
Was it late 90s?
Late 90s, early 2000s.
When you went to Arco Arena, it was just the crowd was nuts.
This is a new arena, and it is. They say it's as loud, and I was startled by how loud it was in Sacramento. The playoffs are awesome. You guys are talking about them. You're watching them. The NBA is fascinating to me because people do shift quick. They go from I'm not going to watch the NBA to when I got to watch every game, and that's the mature way to do it. Here's the immature way.
You're not seeing load management. There's guys playing every game.
Here's an immature way to approach it, which I've known to be a little immature about some stuff. Zion's a turn off. I can't stand Kerr's politics. I don't like there's certain things about the NBA I don't like. I'm just not going to watch the playoffs. That's the immature. The mature way to look at it is these playoffs are incredible. I mean, these games you watched. For instance, your guys were watching Phoenix last night.
Watching Westbrook play was in the last what he kept alive on offensive rebounds.
Yes.
And the play he made on the block and then threw it off of him to basically win the game.
Clippers steal that win in Phoenix.
115-110 last night.
Yeah, and it was Westbrook was miserable on offense.
It's terrible.
3 for 19.
But then what happens?
Yeah.
Then what happens? Phoenix has a ball late.
Yeah.
Booker makes a I mean, could they have tied?
No, they're trying to get a quick 2.
Okay.
They were down through trying to he blocks it, and then while Booker's complaining, looks to the ref, he jumps up, grabs the ball off the block. Westbrook throws it off his leg. They win.
Oh, he's a freak athlete. No one's ever denied his athleticism.
Think of the tread that he has on his body.
Yeah.
How long he's played in the NBA and all the triple doubles. To get all those triple doubles that he had, man, he was playing a lot of basketball.
Yeah, Westbrook.
But
Westbrook
offensively looked horrible.
Yeah, Westbrook. I've told Jake this. He owned Oklahoma City when he was there. He owned the city. He was
getting triple doubles every night.
It was incredible to watch. We went. I took the grandkids down there for a game, and it was amazing the introduction and reaction to him. And it was cool. It was super cool because he's the last guy, of course. And then he sprints to the middle of the court, and people
high
lose
energy.
their mind. Lose their minds. I mean,
how about having him, Durant,
and Harden
same time
on the same?
They didn't win a finals. They lost the Heat in 5 games. 5 or 6 games.
Imagine that. That is unreal. Imagine those 3 guys.
And
it hurts when you have LeBron James and Dwayne Wade on the other side going against you. But Durant and Westbrook and Harden. Harden was off the bench. He was a 6th man.
God,
he was the 6th man.
Durant last night was fabulous, by the way, in a losing effort. He was. I don't
a lot
know
of assists.
Yeah, he was.
He's
a team guy now.
The 3 he hits, I think, to tie it. The one he hit off from the deep right, it was unbelievable. The catch and shoot. I was like, you can't defend him. He's 6'10".
Hard to.
How are you going to defend him from shooting a 3 at that length?
It's hard to. Now here's the thing that we got to cover with the Lakers. They're going to be startled a little bit by the
NBA talk.
Yeah, but I got it. Don't we have to sort of warn people? We're going to do this now.
It's the off season for most sports. Baseball is still getting going,
but it's not that. It's just that the NBA playoffs are excellent. They're excellent. Those games were excellent. I mean, I watched Sacramento Warriors. That was an incredible game.
I'm good for a second half, though. I don't need the first half.
You get it when it matters. Bill wants the result.
I'm not investing for a full game. No, I'm not. I'd love to flip it on. There's like 8 minutes to go in the third. I'm like, okay, here we go.
No, I'll watch the whole game.
Yeah, I'm not doing the whole game.
Another milestone. The New York Knicks beat the Cavs. How about this? This is for the first time in 24 years. The New York Knicks won a game 1 on the road in the playoffs. It's been since the 90s, late 99.
I hope they make a run just because at the Garden.
Yeah.
Just at the
And
Garden.
have Spike Lee.
Just have Spike Lee
They
right
got
there.
Game 1 on the road.
Spike Lee was there.
He was there.
He was in Cleveland.
4 seats as usual.
Brunson was fabulous in that game. Jalen Brunson.
Yes, he was.
Second half.
Some big shots at the end.
Yes, he did. And it was loud. Again, Cleveland was loud. If people think that the NBA isn't an entity anymore, all you got to do is watch the games. Those arenas are jumping. It was jumping in Phoenix last night, too.
We had an upset yesterday. The 8-seed Miami Heat put up 130 on the road in Milwaukee, 130-117 over Giannis and the Bucks.
What's your
Giannis
favorite team?
The Miami Heat.
The Miami
Bill,
Heat.
The team that's up 1-0 as an 8 seed in the NBA playoffs.
Jake got upset when I said I didn't know the Heat made the playoffs. I didn't know they made it.
Look who beat the Bucks.
Didn't know they made the playoffs.
They're pretty good. They put up 130 in doing
They're
so.
good. I watched that game.
Bad news for both teams. Tyler Hero might be out for about 6 weeks with a broken hand.
Broke his hand diving for a ball.
Giannis Antetokounmpo left in the first half with a back injury. Not sure exactly if he'll be back for game 2 or not.
Fell right on his. It looked like an upper right on his butt. Upper.
Upper butt. Upper butt injury. We had an upper butt injury.
Thank you, Bill.
Yes.
Upper butt.
I didn't have a word for it.
Now we do.
Upper butt.
It's upper butt.
Thank you. But you're right. Now I will say the Heat are good. I mean, I like watching them.
They won't win the series.
I enjoy.
I don't know if the freak's out, they might win the series.
If he's out, they win.
Yeah, but I think he'll be back though. Now the Bucks don't like the Heat. Do well against the Bucks. Like
sometimes
they're not
matchups
scared
are
of
big.
that. Like the Heat did not want to see the Celtics, so they struggle with the Celtics. They do well against the Sixers though. The Heat play well against the Sixers and the Bucks. Celtics not a good matchup for Miami, so they could beat the Bucks. I don't expect it.
You got Jimmy Buckets.
Jimmy Buckets,
who I'm sure had a good
Bam
game.
Adebayo finally played decent for the first time in ever.
Max Strus is capable of going off.
They got shooters,
and you have one of the best coaches in the league,
Eric Spoelstra.
Yeah, and he looks like he's not aging at all.
No,
he's aging very well.
He's aging great.
No gray hair either.
No, what? No. That must be colored.
He's been there for 16, 17 years now.
How is that?
Amazing.
He looks like he did 17
I know
years
he does. He hasn't aged at all.
Yeah.
2 games today. Nets, Sixers. Phillies up 1-0. It's 6:30 on TNT.
Thank you.
Warriors, Kings, game 2, 9:00 TNT.
Okay,
I love TNT.
I do too.
I love TNT for these games.
The announcers are critical, and they have a good bunch. Both the Van Gundy brothers are analysts, and
are they both on that? I know both are analysts. Are they both on TNT?
I think they can be. The games
TNT.
The games move from network to network, right, Jake?
Well, I've watched a lot of late NBA games on TNT, especially because this would be spring recruiting time, so a lot of time on the road.
Hotel room.
You'd be doing things that night, preparing for the next day. It'd be on there, and a lot of times I was recruiting West Coast, so it wasn't as late.
Sure,
so it panned out better.
If people are skeptical of this whole conversation, watch the game tonight in Sacramento.
Thank you. Josh says Jeff Van Gundy, ESPN, Stan Van Gundy, TNT.
Josh.
By the way, Dan says, don't forget NHL playoff starts now also.
Yes.
Okay. So boom.
Yes.
Yeah, it's playoff heaven, right?
We are in a good.
And I've got a jersey for that. The Golden Knights, Las Vegas. I got a jersey.
Bring it tomorrow.
Are they in?
I will. I'll wear it. I'll wear a jersey in. Yeah.
Are they in?
Oh, they're in. Oh yeah, they're in.
They're
absolutely. That's me.
Hey, this is now. Let's be clear here on something. This is a great time of year. It is. This is a great time of year. My workload frees up a little, and I can watch a lot of sports. Yeah.
That's good.
Good for you.
But it's not just me.
Situational master.
This is a great for America right now. I mean, these are playoff time in the NHL and the NBA is a great time, and it lasts till June.
Lock in. Let's play the game. So speaking of locking in, you guys are 0-3 since the reset.
Can we start it pick it up a little bit, Bill?
Yes.
I think you should feel good about this. I think Sip will feel good about this, Bill. I don't know about you. Today's topic.
Famous journalist.
Nope.
This is Edwin Pope.
Speaking of the NBA,
that picture I sent.
NBA current NBA playoff players. What teams do these guys play for in this year's playoffs? NBA playoff players.
Oh God, I can't. I should do this.
You should do well.
Be able to do
if you think in these current playoffs, what teams these players are on.
I should get us through this one, Bill.
Call us up right now, 402-645-5685. Shut Up Simple starts right now.
We've all been there. You're listening to the radio, and then that rage starts to grow inside of you. It starts to consume you. It gets to a point where you just want to yell, "Shut up, Simple!" No, sorry.
I'm sorry.
Well, here's your chance. It's time to shut up, Sipple. Call now to play 464-5685. Shut up, Sipple. Brought to you by Bagels and Joe.
All right, 464-5685. Called to take down Sip in trivia, going for his first win since the reset last Wednesday. 0-3 so far. This is the first game of this week, though. How do you feel? Okay,
yeah,
about
I do. Pretty good.
NBA playoff players.
There's some teams I won't feel good about. Like I don't know who's playing tonight. Philly against
the Nets.
Yeah, I don't know. No, the Nets.
Oh, the Nets without Kyrie and
I don't know that
Durant.
team.
Like who's on that team?
I don't know that team.
Lost
Yeah,
their
I
guy.
have no idea.
They made the playoffs, though, so good for them.
I don't know that team.
Elliot, how do you feel about NBA playoff players?
Immaculate.
Immaculate.
Oh, whoa.
Oh, my.
We're up again. He just declared a win.
Immaculate.
He just namely.
Yeah,
He
you're in
basically
trouble.
guaranteed a victory.
Immaculate.
Yeah.
Well, if you need him,
All right.
Bill's lifeline for one question, Sip.
I'm
Use it
sure
wisely.
he'll use me a lot on this one.
Elliot,
Maybe.
first question goes to you. What playoff team does Darius Garland play for?
I know that one.
Cleveland.
Cavaliers.
He oddly, were you watching the game, Elliot? Did you notice he never took a shot in the second half the other day, Saturday?
Yeah, he didn't take a shot. He let D. Mitch just go off.
Yeah, Donovan.
Yeah.
Donnie can hoop.
Yeah, he's good.
Donnie can hoop.
Donovan Mitchell. Okay, Sip, down 1-0 first question. What playoff team does Desmond Bain play for?
Oh, I got that, Bill. Don't worry about that. I got
Okay.
that one in my back pocket. That's
Okay.
Memphis.
The Grizzlies, who
Yes.
fell to your Lakers.
Lakers, yes.
yesterday. Yeah, Lakers up 1-0 on the road.
Lake shows AD okay?
What's that? He's okay, but
A Disney?
Not our AD, Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
Is he okay? He hurt his shoulder. He went into the locker room.
He's fine.
All right.
Shake it off, man. Come on.
fine.
All right, 1-1.
All right, Elliot, for the lead, your last question. What playoff team does Clint Capella play for?
Got it. Got it.
Who?
Clint
Capella.
Capella.
Got it, Bill. Don't worry.
Oh, what's it called? The Hawks.
Yeah.
Clint
Got it.
Capella
Had
is
that.
the center for the
Hawks
Atlanta
took
Hawks.
it on the chin.
Oh.
Took it on
Against
the
the
chin.
Celtics.
Yeah, against the Celtics.
Yeah.
Not
Celtics are
competitive.
tough. They're tough.
Yeah.
Okay, Sip, for the tie, your last
All right,
question.
Come on.
What playoff team does Malcolm Brogdon play for?
Jake. I'm going to say the Bucks.
How about the team I just mentioned, the Celtics? Malcolm Brogdon.
The Celtics.
Oh,
He even let us into that
He used to
one.
play for the Bucks?
I don't know. He might have. He's on the Celtics now, though.
Check that, Joshua. Yeah, Brogdon. Did he play for the Bucks? He did. Thanks.
Elliot, congrats. We got your bagels. Thanks for calling in and calling down the road.
Trick question.
Trick question.
Elliot is gone. Okay.
Brogdon played for the. He did play for the Bucks.
It's on the Celtics now.
Oh, 4.
Oh, it's 0-4, guys.
Yeah.
I mean, we're in trouble.
They're trouble.
You want me to give you
And-
stats?
And
for
you
the
made the whole reset thing, so that really made it. We wouldn't have said anything. No, quite as much. Be like, no, we would. Now we're reset.
I mean, if it gets to be 0-7, I mean, it's
Yeah.
8, 9.
Yeah.
I mean, what management will talk to us.
They will.
To be fair, Brogdon was off the bench on Saturday
Yeah.
against the
Well,
Hawks. But he's
No, you're fair.
He's
You're
been
fair.
starting
That's
some
fair.
games.
It's fair.
Yeah.
You're fair.
He's on. It's on the team. It's right there. He's on the
team.
box
There.
score.
On
That's
the
fair.
box score.
Okay, here's the tiebreaker. Who wants this?
I'll set the number. Bill can
Set
go
it.
over under.
Okay. How many NBA players average 25.0 points per game or more this season?
Okay, I can try this. I have a pretty good working knowledge. I'll say 12.
Bill?
Over.
Over is correct. 20.
Oh,
20.
God.
Number 20
Wow.
was De'Aaron Fox. Oh,
Yeah.
by the way, at 25.0 points per game.
Sure about that?
Yes, I did
thought-
the research yesterday.
I thought he was over that.
During the regular season, he averaged 25 points a game.
Man,
on
he's
the
a-
dot. He's a very good player. Though.
Yeah. So tonight, if you're a skeptic about the NBA, tune in at 9 o'clock and watch Sacramento and Golden State, the defending champions, and note the energy in the arena. In fact, there'll be people watching outside the arena on screens. It's that type of situation.
That's when you know it's big.
Yeah.
That's when you know. That's the difference right there.
Sacramento is into that team.
They should be.
And De'Aaron Fox, I give a lot of credit to because he came there and it was a mess, and he endured a mess. And now
They needed a leader, Mike
Yeah.
Brown.
Well, Mike Brown, but I'd say De'Aaron Fox is a leader.
But he was there for some bad years still.
But
though.
yeah, they were doing a terrible job around him. He hung in there. and now the payoff. But
I believe they had Luke Walton before.
Yeah, he was a mess.
He was bad too.
Here's what you'll notice about De'Aaron Fox: the arena is crazy. He never changes expression, like in warm-ups and introductions during the game. Same dude.
38 or 39 points.
38
points
38
in the win against the Warriors.
He was the impetus to the win in the second half. Without him, they do not win the game. He's incredible.
See if they can get up to a 2-0 start tonight. They play game 2, 9 o'clock.
Love to see him take
against
out the defending
Warriors.
champs. Love to see him take them out.
Sip, do you have access to practice tomorrow?
Access
tomorrow?
to post-practice media availability.
Post-practice.
Dominic Raiola and Marcus Satterfield.
Donovan Raiola?
What I
call
Dominic?
As in the center for Nebraska.
No, it's not
That'd be
Dominic.
awesome.
Dominic's
Dominic's
Dominic,
also take questions.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Donnie
We'll talk to
Raiola.
Donnie tomorrow.
Donnie Raiola.
Spillovers next on Early Break in the Ticket.
If you struggle with joint pain, there's good news. You don't need surgery to get back to full health. South Point Medical and Aesthetics offers breakthrough non-surgical treatment of moderate to severe joint pain. It's experienced time from our procedures, and the results are remarkable. They've had 14 years of successful treatments with patients from 35 states because of an effective word-of-mouth traffic. Learn more about how you can get lasting results for joint pain today at southpointmedical.com or call 402-323-8400.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in April. Try their pesto cream cheese on any breakfast sandwich. And try the Karma Latte, as 10% of proceeds from that drink will go to the Teammates Mentoring Program. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
Are you planting this spring? Make safety your priority. LES requires any landscaping or trees to be planted a safe distance from electrical lines and equipment to give crews safe access. Visit les.com/trees to learn more.
Hi, Sean Callahan here with Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and it is Truck Month at Koppel, and we are pulling out all of the stops for this gigantic event. The lots are starting to fill, and we have some great deals for you waiting in Louisville. Brand new GMC Sierra Light Duty and new Silverado Light Duty trucks. All trims have up to $4,000 in discounts. That's right, up to $4,000 off all new light-duty trucks right now at Koppel. So do not wait on the time to buy a new truck. So stop on in or visit us online at koppelcars.com. You must have a trade-in and finance with Koppel. All deals with approved credit.
It's April, and that means the school year is almost over and summer road trips are on the horizon. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride, as summer road trips are just around the corner. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, listen up. Select Plumbing gets it right the first time on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repairs, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. Plus, they're hiring service plumbers. If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now they've raised wages again and they're hiring for production operators at $24.11 per hour, which grows to $28.27 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $32.76 per hour with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or to apply, go to continental-jobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is So beautiful. I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman. Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back. Sure.
Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Hi, it's Charlie Stone again, and with me on the line, Andy Goodyear, General Manager of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, I know how proud you and everyone at the dealership are to earn the prestigious Honda President's Award year after year, 17 times. Tell our listeners what it means to you and your customers.
Thanks, Charlie. Yeah, all of us are extremely proud to have earned this award, and I want all of our customers to know it's not just earned by one person's effort. It's the entire dealership. Sales, parts, and our amazing service department.
17 times. Wow. How does that compare to other Honda dealers?
This award is only given to the most elite dealerships that demonstrate excellence. We really do strive to go above and beyond for the ultimate customer experience before and after the sale, Charlie.
That's why for 2022, Honda of Lincoln is once again Nebraska's #1 volume Honda dealer. Come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business, 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing, at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. But now it's time to stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction material. They sell in bulk to save you money, buying anything from a 5-gallon bucket to a semi-load. They deliver anywhere, and if you mention you heard this ad on 93.7 The Ticket, they'll deliver in town for free through the month of April, with some restrictions applying. Go to GELandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
This
good morning, little brother.
is Early Break with Zip and Jake, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Weekday mornings from 6 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It is time for the spillover. Chris Raff with us from the drive. AD will be here for the drive. What's up, Raff? How are you, man?
Pretty good. Another Monday.
What's on tap today on the drive?
We've got head coach Rocky Russo coming in from the Lincoln Stars, and we got the goaltender coming in.
No way.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Stars in the playoffs.
Mr. Whitehead.
Yeah, playoffs.
Cameron Whitehead. He got drafted in the 4th round by the Vegas hockey team, NHL
that's
team.
Bill's team.
Yeah.
Golden Knights. The Knights.
Yeah, go to Knights.
That's Bill's team.
He was a 4th round selection last year.
Also, former this from Gene, listener Gene via text line. Former Lincoln star Paul Cotter plays for Vegas.
Okay,
so former Lincoln star Paul Cotter.
Nice. You got all the connections there. Raph was at WWE on Friday night.
Oh yeah,
you were near Matt Rule, weren't you?
Oh yeah,
high fiving.
How was that experience? Because I've never been to anything like that.
Sitting by Matt Rule.
Or pretty sure. How about at WWE?
Right.
He looked pretty excited to be there.
Yeah, the coaches, or most of the coaches, were up in the front. They were right next to us, just to the right of us. And then about maybe 15 minutes in, then the football player, they had a section where all the football team was sitting on the other side of the ring.
Did you have fun?
Yeah, it was a good time. It was fun. It was. That was the most that I've been to a few of the WWEs for work, and they've never been that busy ever. And it was pretty packed there.
Was it packed?
Was the upper part full?
Yeah, they had it open. So it was a good crowd.
Interesting.
Any estimate of how big the crowd was?
I would say probably 12,000.
Oh, dang. I didn't expect
huge.
that. That's a good crowd for WWE.
Yeah.
At PBA.
Who was the tag team championship match?
Oh, the tag team champ.
I'm always
it's a big question, Bill. It's a big question.
The Gagne brothers are always, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they didn't have a tag team champ match,
Gagne?
but it was the USOs, otherwise the Usos.
Yeah, thank you.
The
USOs. Messed that one up.
Usos. The Usos were there, and then you had Kevin Owens and his tag team partner Sami Zayn, who are the champions right now.
So they're the champs.
Yep.
Champs.
Greg Gagne's brother was who, Bill?
Vern.
Oh my God, you nailed it.
Oh yeah,
Gagnes.
Oh yeah. The big thing when you watch on Sunday morning, like with Jumpin' Jim Brunzell and all those guys, the Gagnes, was remember that you can't go off the third rope. Remember that was the big thing. And then someone would.
And then
all of a
someone
sudden
would.
it was like, oh my,
There's mayhem.
There's mayhem.
Yeah.
All of a sudden someone came off.
no.
He's on the third rope.
Right.
You can't do that.
Right.
You can't. And all of a sudden,
Bobby
he does
the
it.
Brain would be
Bobby the
freaking
Brain
out.
is freaking out.
Do you guys remember when ESPN first came on?
Yes.
And it was Australian rules football, AWA wrestling, and roller derby. And that was like all there ever was.
Roller derby is incredible. I sent you guys a link off of that too the other day. It was incredible to watch it. Like that roller derby. How they tagged in and out.
Oh
like
yeah,
that. Yeah. Rolling at
girls
that.
were
rough. It was rough. Yeah, it was rough. We'd get manhandled. We would. Us three right now playing roller derby.
No chance.
We need rap.
I can't skate.
Remember they'd kind of slingshot the next person off like that? Yeah, that was
I'd
amazing.
break both legs or something. I can't skate at all.
You should be able to skate.
I have bad balance.
You know what? You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna learn
lesson.
how to skate.
We should.
We're gonna take Jake out. We're gonna learn how to skate.
We should. Is there a skating rink?
Is there a rink still in town?
Yeah, well,
that was
ice
so,
bar.
right over here.
Oh,
there
you mean
used to be.
roller skates? Yeah.
Roller skates.
I'm
Yeah,
sure.
well, skating. Yeah, skate center's gone. What was that called? The skate zone. Skate
that
zone
was
is
so
gone.
big. There was like West Point had local.
Beatrice has a roller
Wakefield had
skating
one.
place.
You used to go down to the basement in Wakefield, Nebraska, like that, all wood, like that. Oh yeah, go down there and get your deals. I'd always hope to get you always want the good break. When the old shoes were beat down and the front break thing, because I couldn't skate very good, so I was kind of a pumper. One leg,
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty smart.
Yeah, it was like that. That's more of a pump and coast.
Yeah.
Type of deal
It's hard to stop. That's the thing.
Oh yeah, you come in hot.
Yeah,
you come in hot.
Just take let the wall take you.
You come in hot.
Yeah.
Then there'd be like some certain song, a slow song play with like the disco ball, and you'd ask the girl to skate with you.
Yeah,
skate.
You had to, and like when you were in 7th grade, for the chick situation, you about had to go to the skating rink.
Yeah, absolutely.
You about had to.
Oh yeah,
I always flash back to when Thriller video came out.
The Thriller.
All of a sudden you'd be roller skating, and they'd be like, the Thriller video's coming on. Everybody would sit on the roller skating rink and watch the video.
That's right.
Oh, the memories.
I'm older than that, so we didn't get there was no videos when I was skating.
Nope.
There's no videos.
No, MTV came into existence in 1980, roughly 1983. And that's not even roughly. I think I might have nailed it.
In your drives down to Beatrice to the golf course, right? Country club, you'll see on the when you're going to the club on the right-hand side of the road, there's about a mile away from the course, there's a roll arena.
There is
on the main road. It's called the Rolla Arena. It's been there forever.
I'm sorry, when was it?
Still going?
So if you're going over the bridge, okay, like by Chautauqua Park, you know what it's at?
Absolutely. Okay. Now I know.
Then you pass Biggs and you go up the hill, and
there's
before you go,
up there.
Yes, on the right side, past Biggs. On the right side, it's called the Roll Arena.
South part of town.
South part of town.
Any chance for a live remote from
at the Roll Arena?
Because that would be awesome. And we did it on
It's not a bad
skates.
idea.
It's not a bad idea.
I can make a phone
One
call.
of the best parks when you drive into town
to the Roll Arena.
Yeah, please do that.
That'd be amazing.
Simple. You've driven into Norfolk before, right?
Oh, many times.
I have not.
Tahazuka Park. Right when you drive in.
That's right. That's a great spot.
Tahazuka.
It's a good park.
Now, this is a big rival.
It's right by the Elkhorn River.
Right by the Love's gas station.
Yes, right by Love's, right by the Elkhorn River.
That's a big rival, though.
That's a big one.
Columbus, Norfolk.
Yeah, when it got on, that was on.
Doing a lot of talk about Norfolk.
Wow, look at you. Rivalry
parks.
talk.
How about you bring up Pawnee
I know, but I looked at some of the scores.
How about you bring up Pawnee Park?
They owned
Glur.
Did not own us.
Yes.
Oh, the Pawnee. I've been to the Pawnee a couple times.
The Pawnee Bar. I'm talking about Pawnee.
The Pawnee Plunge is a good water park in Columbus.
Yes, it is.
Is
still there?
Is there a Glur Park? Was it park?
Absolutely, there's a Glur Park. That's where I played midget football. I played midget football. And by the way, Katrinka said at Borders there was midget wrestling on March 4th. Midget wrestling.
Nice. This year.
Yeah. This year. Yeah.
You missed that.
I missed that.
Bill?
I missed that. If I'd been having a breakfast and that was going on, I'd have been having.
What the hell's
You might have
going on?
seen some of the midget wrestlers at breakfast. You could have helped them.
Helped them what? Helped them what?
Get their food.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
wow.
when I was up over the
okay.
field.
All right. All right. We're canceled. It's over.
Oh boy.
There it was.
There was midget wrestling there. What do you want me to call it?
I don't know what
I believe they go with micro wrestling now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Pasta minister. Look at Rap's face.
Yeah.
Micro
Midget
wrestling.
at
No, because
Borders.
I actually was talking about midget wrestling last week. I believe they go by micro wrestlers now.
Well, I played midget football in Columbus at Glure Park. It was in the middle of town. Yeah.
That'd be by the Sahara. Is it Sahara?
No,
Sahara.
It's not a bad. That's not. It's probably
the Sahara.
It's probably a mile.
The Sahara bowling rink. Bowling alley.
Bar. It's just a bar.
Did you guys ever go?
It's bowling.
Not the Sahara I knew about.
I'm sure it's. Well, I think it's both. There's probably a
maybe
bar.
You
there
tell
too.
your wife it's a bowling alley. That's a bar.
That's a bar. Say what you got to do too. Yeah.
Sahara bar.
Did you guys ever go to Double K in Norfolk?
Never heard of that.
Rivalry town for SIP here.
Yeah, why are we talking about Norfolk? I never heard of
Double K.
It's right
over the bridge on the left there. And then
yeah.
you have the phones where you put in your order.
Yeah, and they had the giant chicken outside.
Yep.
Oh,
yeah, the giant chicken outside.
David from Renew Your Auto says that Sahara has bowling.
Yeah, absolutely they do. Yeah, that's right.
Does Dave know Columbus?
He must. He knows the whole state. He's everywhere.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I drove by and checked out the other day? Because I had to take my daughter to gymnastics. So I had a little bit of downtime. So it's on the other side of town. So I drove around like that.
Lincoln.
And Lincoln. I'm checking it out like that. Well, first I wanted to know because I knew about the tornado. So I wanted to go out. Two things. I wanted to check out Lee's Chicken.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Lee's
Did
Chicken.
you? Yeah.
They're still rolling Wednesday. So that excited me.
Of course they are.
But the tornado took out the dairy suite right across. So the dairy suite now has a food truck.
Yep.
A dairy suite food truck.
Is that right?
It's not the same. But there was 3 food trucks there, but I was excited like that because it was about that Lee's Chicken was still rolling.
Where was Lee's? I mean, what's the road that Lee's Chicken on? Is that
Coddington and Pioneers, right?
Okay, is that right? Now, when was the tornado you're talking about?
That was was it last year or 2 years ago? A tornado took out
3 or 4 years ago.
Took out Dairy Suite.
4 years ago.
Took it out, and that was to the heart right there. That was a dagger.
That was terrible.
Lee's Chicken's still rolling.
Lee's Chicken survived that tornado.
I noticed on there they're open Wednesday through Sunday, so a live remote from Lee's wouldn't be a bad deal either.
Incredible.
Yeah,
that'd be fried chicken for breakfast.
Fried chicken for breakfast would be
chicken
and mashed potatoes too. Would be good. That's making me hungry now.
So I checked that out yesterday. So everyone knows that. But the food trucks look good.
Do we have any live remotes upcoming?
Yes.
Not that I know of. We can make that happen though.
You would know.
I'm the one who's in charge.
It'd be nice if we all got green polo shirts.
I can get you guys some duplicates here.
Duplicates.
I wore this for the Masters because it's a Masters green, Bill.
What do you mean? You wore it for the Masters?
I think it's a little lighter. Green's a little lighter for the Masters.
This is pretty Masters color.
Remember, he has to sell.
May 5th, 2019 was the tornado.
May 5th, 2019.
4 years ago.
4 years ago.
So
4 years ago. Yeah.
That was a big deal like that.
And it's Coddington and West Van Dorn is the intersection.
As I was going to say, Van Dorn.
Yeah. I just think Pioneers Golf Course is
it's right out there. Pioneers is right out there.
Great golf course, by the way. Favorite in the city.
Yep.
Favorite public course.
Yep.
Pioneers, best public course in the city.
Yep.
How's Hidden Valley? Because that got redone.
Hidden Valley is a golf course.
Yeah, it's been redone.
It's a golf course.
It's been redone.
It's out there.
It's a golf
course.
There.
No, Hidden Valley's right in the middle of town, kind of.
It's a golf course.
That's where we would.
That's all I got
for
you.
That's where I belong, probably.
Yeah.
You can go to Hidden Valley.
Yeah. Pool or pond. Pond be good for you. What movie is that from?
I don't know.
Pool or pond? Pond be good for you?
Would that be
Pool or pond? Pond will be good for you.
If you get that one, you're movie guy. I don't have that, Bill. What is it?
98% sure it's Caddyshack.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
All right.
Check that.
We'll check that one out.
All right. Tomorrow we'll have a show.
We will have a show tomorrow.
Yay.
And there'll be more NBA talk.
Yeah.
And other stuff too.
Yeah. And find out if I'm being invited back.
We'll do the post show commentary on that.
I'll leave early so you can do the fake. Simple as twice has done it. I've caught him. The fake getting his truck.
It's gonna circle around the block.
Or he does the fake like he forgot something. Like, I forgot something.
What is wrong with you? You have a great imagination.
It was Caddyshack, by the way. Good job. Text line.
I have never even considered doing that.
Well, maybe you have. That's it for us. The Drive with AD and Raph is next for Bill Busch and Steve Sipple. I'm Jake Sorensen. See you.
Elway Power Sports Lincoln is celebrating their grand opening on Friday and Saturday, April 28th and 29th.